Head west, young man, head west, a wise man once said. For both Harper Woods and Orchard Lake St. Mary's, both road trips westward went well last week. The Pioneers pummeled the Pirates in Pinckney, while the Eaglets of Orchard Lake scooped up a win in Hudsonville. It's the first meeting all-time between the 8-time state champions OLSM Eaglets and the Harper Woods Pioneers. This non-conference battle features Harper Woods' lethal passing attack against a disruptive and athletic defense for St. Mary's. It's the matchup you've been waiting for, and it's next on the Preps coverage of the Friday Night Football Clash, presented by the Woodward Sports Network.
Sunny skies, 72 degrees at Orchard Lake, Michigan. It's Orchard Lake St. Mary's hosting Harper Woods. My name is Chad Bush alongside Sam Stick Day. Glad to have you on this glorious Friday evening for football. It's our Friday night clash. So fun to be here, Sam Stick Day. Thanks for joining me again.
Yeah.
I know you're looking forward to this matchup between a couple of teams that are looking pretty elite in Division III right now.
Yeah, I know it's early in the season, but they're both 2-2, and this is a big matchup for both teams because both teams are kind of going about it in different ways. So tonight's going to kind of establish if that's going to be the way they're going to going forward.
Yeah, and going forward, Harper Woods is going to continue to lean on some of the guys that they've done all season long. They're off to a 2-0 start under Rod Oden. And when you look at what the Pioneers have done, offensively, they've leaned on a certain big-time wide receiver in the name of Taishan Trent.
Yeah, he's definitely somebody we want to keep an eye on all game long. I mean, he's their big play guy, 6'4", 210 pounds, already committed to Michigan, so congratulations to the Wolverines. It looks like you got a baller coming your way, but this is the guy that's going to be the difference maker in today's game. And then you got to look on the other side of the ball at safety. Jacob Oden is kind of like their Superman. The defense that they run is a little wonky at times. They only have one safety, and you're allowed to do that when you have a supreme athlete like Jacob. And when I say supreme, I mean 14 D1 offers. Whoa. Supreme.
Jacob Oden, the coach's son, just a sophomore, but they will rely on him big time tonight.
You said just a sophomore?
Just a sophomore, and you talked about the big time offers with him. Michigan State et al. Let's look at Orchard Lake St. Mary's as well, led by George Port, looking for win number 275 tonight on this beautiful Friday evening. He's led offensively so far. There's a lot of fellas, but the big guy carrying the load right now is Aiden Boyle.
Yeah, and we're going to get into my keys in the game in a little bit, but Aiden Boyle has a lot to do with that because St. Mary's wants to be able to get couple yards at a time, keep the ball, keep the possession, and that's what they need to do is just keep feeding Aiden Boyle. He falls forward for 4 yards at a time. I think St. Mary's will be happy all night long. Versus Oak Park, he had 64 yards, 13 carries, and a touchdown. You want a similar game out of him, maybe some more yards, though, just to ensure that you have the ball in that time of possession. And then when you look at the defensive side of the ball for Orchard Lake St. Mary's, you got Jordan Cannon. I mean, he had a huge play against Oak Park in Week 1. He blocked the punt, and it was returned for a touchdown, and that was a turning point in that game.
Sure was. We've got a contrast in styles. We got Orchard Lake St. Mary's wants to run it, time of possession, offensively run the football. Harper Woods wants to air it out.
Yep.
Their quarterback's thrown for over 7 touchdowns, over 500 yards. The transfer from Divine Child, we'll get into more of that later. Lots more to get into, but coming up after this, we talk to the head coach, Rod Oden, who's in his 4th year with the Pioneers, and get his thoughts on his team in this ball game tonight, our Friday night clash. Coach Oden is next from Orchard Lake, Michigan. This is the Friday Night Clash presented by Woodward Sports.
Man! Uh-oh! Carmen's falling behind. Let's give her the hiss of shame.
Don't ride the bike of shame. Get tons of equipment and free fitness training. Join today for just $10 a month.
What rhymes with great?
Participate.
Where does greatness start? Here, in the classroom. On the diamond.
In the pool. On the field. Where will your greatness take you?
To better grades.
To more friends.
Yeah!
Be great.
Participate.
Make sure you download the Woodward Sports app in the App Store and the Google Play Store today. Take Woodward Sports with you wherever you go and listen live on your phone or mobile device.
Rod Oden, head football coach, Harper Woods High School, Harper Woods, Michigan. Here preparing for our Week 3 contest, our Week 3 battle with Orchard Lake St. Mary's Prep. Offensively, we met and exceeded some expectations. Our offense is a combination of guys that's been together for a long time, 3 or 4 years. They're playing the game at a high level. They're playing together right now, and it's shown in our first 2 weeks. I think we're averaging like 51 points a game. We've limited negative plays. We haven't punted yet this season, which is awesome. Defense is trending upward. They're growing. They're replacing 9 starters from a year ago. So they're getting better each and every week, every day in practice. And Thursday night, it kind of came together for us. We had to face a little bit of adversity, stopping the run, and we were able to do that. And offensively, they just took care of business and did what they were supposed to do. Well, it's that play anywhere, anybody mentality for us. It's hard for teams to come in and play us at home, primarily because we're essentially a Class B team playing A football. We're the smallest team in Class A, so we have about 805 students. So the teams our size don't want to play us because they believe that they're not evenly matched. And the bigger schools will play you. You just got to travel and play on the road. So to get some quality opponent schedule, we got to play games like Pinckney and like Orchard Lake and Notre Dame Prep next week, Country Day after that, and De La Salle down the road. You got to kind of do those things. It's a good measuring rod for us as a program as well to let us know where we are and what we need to work on. The first one will probably be Christian Stokes, 4-year starter for us, team captain, our dominant running back, as well as one of our safeties. He has all the tools. He can play any position on the field, really. He's tough, he's smart, he's physical, he's aggressive. He's committed to West Virginia for the fall. Graduating in December, and we kind of go as he go. He's kind of the vocal leader out here, and he gets the guys fired up. Next, I would say would be Taishan Trent, senior wide receiver, Michigan commit. Taishan is a kid that joined us this offseason, and the sky's the limit for him. He's a 6'4", 225-pound wide receiver that has all the transferable skills to the Power 5 level. So I'm looking forward to seeing how he finishes his career. Right now, he's leading us. He's our deep ball threat. He's averaging something like 16 yards completion and has, I think, 5 touchdowns already on the year. So Taishan is a big player for us. Other than Taishan, I would say the strength is our offensive line. 4 to 5 guys are 3-year starters. So they're the straw that stirs the drink. Running behind them guys, they're like coaches on the field. They keep our senior quarterback will be next, Vinnie Booth. Vinnie is a Division I quarterback with skill set. He's a high academic kid. He's a coach on the field, man. He's a pleasure to have and a great kid to coach. Vinnie does a lot of things that, make me look great. I can tell you that, He gets us out of bad play calls all the time with audibles and checks. A super smart kid, and he is a quarterback's quarterback. I'm pretty sure he'll land somewhere in the FCS level of football this offseason. And then we have some younger guys. Jacob Oden, free safety wide receiver, is playing at a high level. He's a 2024 or sophomore with 14 Power 5 offers already. So he's playing the game at a high level. He's, grown leaps and bounds since his freshman year. We got middle linebacker Willie Powell, another sophomore kid, 6 foot, 225 kid that's really turned it on this season. He's playing some great football for us. So those are the guys that kind of lead us out there. Well, with St. Mary's, this will be the 3rd time in my career we've played them. I'm 0-2 against them guys. We played them in the regional finals in 2009, and then we played them, I think it was the regional final, of 2012. I think the St. Mary's hasn't changed much. They are blue collar. They're 3 yards in the cloud of dust. They're they're a team that, you know, one of our goals whenever we play them is to get them to punt. You know, that's defensive success. Just getting them guys to punt. They're really, really strong and really, really good at what they do. They're a well-coached team. Coach does a great job with them year in and year out. This contest is going to come down to our offense versus their defense, I believe. I believe that our best defense will be our offense. And I know they like to play keep away and sit on the football and run the ball and play 2 versus 1, us and the clock against you. Well, I think that it'll come down to us sustaining some drives and finishing some drives in the end zone, and that's going to be the difference for us, hopefully. This is the most balanced we've been in a couple seasons. Last year, you know, our quarterback broke his thumb in the first half of our first game, so teams were playing us in punt and block formation, essentially. They knew we couldn't throw the ball, and they played us to stop the run. This year, you got to kind of play us honest, which creates some running lanes for Stokes and Dakari Trumbull, our other running back as well. Those guys in open space, I bet on my guy every time. I expect us to make a long and deep playoff run. The goal is ultimately to win the state title. I think we got all the tools to get it done. You know, we need to stay healthy. We need to continue to play the game at a high level and get better every week. You know, we're not a team that believes we can just show up and win. We have to separate ourselves in preparation with practice. So as long as we do the things that we're supposed to do and control the controllables, our goal is to win the state title, to, as we say, aggressively pursue a wooden mitten. It's going to mean a lot to our overall program. Leaving the conference we're in, it was kind of folding up. The Metro Conference was comprised of six charter schools and 4 public schools. The 6 charter schools bolted this year to join the Charter School League, leaving just Harper Woods, River Rouge, E-Course, and and Hamtramck. Well, Hamtramck decided not to field the team, so that leaves 3 of us. Kind of getting tired of having to schedule 7 games every year. You know, last year we did over 1,000 miles on a bus for road trips. So joining this league will give us some competitive balance. It'll allow us to play in a league where we have junior varsity and freshman athletics, in addition to being able to showcase our smaller sports, swim, diving, track and field, wrestling, not just football and basketball. It'll give us competitive balance every week, year in and year out, with the competition that's in the OEA. Some very strong teams in there. I know the White has 7 coaches that have all won state titles in the 2000s. So they have some talented teams in that league, and we're excited about going, mainly because we're tired of the long commutes every week.
Beautiful night in Orchard Lake, Michigan. My name is Chad Bush. He is Sam Stick Day. Orchard Lake St. Mary's has won and deferred to the second half. They will kick off to Harper Woods. This is the first meeting all time between these 2 schools. St. Mary's with 8 state championships in football. Harper Woods looking for their first state title in school history. Stick, an exciting matchup coming up. What intrigues you most about this matchup?
Well, it's kind of like a boxing match. They say styles create matchups. That's exactly what we have here tonight. You have St. Mary's, a ground and pound offense. They have some big players that they can get to, but they're majority ball control. And then on the other side, you have Harper Woods that wants to open it up and throw 30 times a game.
We'll see how Orchard Lake St. Mary's and George Porritt, who's coming up next, defends the air attack of Harper Woods. Coming up next in the Friday Night Clash.
Man! Uh-oh! Carmen's falling behind. Let's give her the hiss of shame.
Don't ride the bike of shame. Get tons of equipment and free fitness training. Join today for just $10 a month.
We're with head coach George Porritt getting ready for Orchard Lake St. Mary's and Harper Woods. St. Mary's off to a 2-0 start. You went on the road, you knock off Hudsonville 17-15. This is a Hudsonville team that took Saline, a top 10 team in Class A, to the wire the week before. Needless to say, you have to be happy with this West Coast win.
Yeah, it was a great win for us. Our defense was outstanding, and you know, it was a big win because we needed that going forward, playing a tough Harper Woods team this Friday.
Let's talk a bit about your team facing Harper Woods. I guess there's a couple ways to look at it. They have to face your rushing attack and your offense. You have to face their offense, which is a little bit different. Let's start there. How does your defense play against this potent Harper Woods air attack?
Well, we gotta just hold them. I mean, it's an important part. They're going to make big plays, and then our defense has got to hold them. And it's going to be very important for our offense to sustain drives and keep them off the field, because they can score at any time.
We've seen some things defensively that are very encouraging with your team early on this year. Let's start with the defensive line. You seem to have some depth there and some guys that really are making game-saving plays.
And, it's led by, Charlie Collins inside there. That Chuck's, been a great defensive tackle, 4-year player for us. And then the outside guys are doing their job and getting great play from Joe Janda and Jordan Cannon in the middle too so far, and it's just been a balanced defense, and they rally to the ball and they play, and they have a lot of fun too.
The secondary won't see a passing attack that's really more accurate than this one for a while. How do you feel about your secondary being tested this week against Harper Woods?
Well, it's a big test for them, and that's gonna, they're gonna need a lot of help from our defensive line. Our defensive line has to play big for our secondary this week, so that's gonna go hand in hand.
You talk about the schedule. I mean, it hasn't been an easy one. You've set it up this way. You've never wanted it easy. In your final year, you've set up more tests to come. How do you prepare a team every week for this gauntlet?
Well, it's a tradition here at St. Mary's. Teams before it have had these games, and our kids like playing them. And it's just another one that they got to get ready for, and that's just a test of a St. Mary's football player.
How much have you talked about with your team with this being your final year, Coach, and have there been discussions? Do you bring it up? Do they bring it up? And just how do those things go in discussion-wise?
I don't say a word. It's nothing, this is about them. Of course, it's my last year, but it's about these guys and having, the thrill of a lifetime, especially my seniors. And that means that's most important to me.
We asked Frank Janos to say words about you. I'm going to ask you to say some words about Frank Janos, your longtime defensive coordinator who's been with you since 1986, who will retire also at the end of the year like yourself.
Well, Frank's just done a great job for us. He's that guy that the kids look up to, When Frank speaks, the kids listen, and he's just been a great coach for us and a great friend, and I cherish all the time Frank's spent with us.
Coach, a couple keys to this game against Harper Woods, one on offense, one on defense, that need to happen if you're going to win this game?
We got to, first of all, offensively, we got to control the ball. We got to be able to run the football, keep the clock moving, and less possessions for them. And then defensively, we just can't give them big plays. We got to make them earn it, and that's going to be a tough task for our defense, and that's what makes it fun.
Coach, thanks for your time. All the best tonight.
Okay, thanks, Chad.
There he is. That's George Port, the head coach for Orchard Lake St. Mary's. The Eaglets getting set to take on Harper Woods at the top of the hour. We're back for the kickoff after this.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 300,000 participants here in Michigan who take part in high school sports.
Welcome back to Orchard Lake St. Mary's. Stick your keys to victory both ways for these two clubs, Harper Woods and St. Mary's.
Yeah, for Orchard Lake St. Mary's, we've kind of alluded to it in the pregame a little bit, but it's definitely hold on, ground and pound the ball. That's what you want to do. You want to maintain that possession and keep this high-powered Harper Woods offense off the field. And for Harper Woods, you just want to keep on slinging it, man. You're going to throw 30, 35 times a game. St. Mary's really hasn't been tested this year against a passing offense, so it's a matchup of styles, and it's going to be fun to watch this game tonight.
All right, we're ready. Ryan Kirk to tee it up. First career field goal last week against Hudsonville, and St. Mary's 17-15 win. Both teams coming off victories. Both teams 2-0. First meeting all time as the ball hits off the face mask of the return man. Ramonte House, and he'll return it up the left sideline for a respectable gain across the 25 to the 26.
It always terrifies me when a ball hits the ground like that on a kickoff, because you're supposed to stay in your lane, but when the ball's on the ground, you just run at the ball, and next thing you know, there are no lanes, there are no contain, and you can see big returns like that.
58 points this offense put up for Pinckney against Pinckney last week in their 58-27 road sleigh last Thursday. As we get a look at George Porritt, 274 wins in his career, and he will retire at the end of the year. He goes for win 275 tonight. Rod Oden, the bench boss, the other way, and Vinnie Booth, the quarterback, the transfer from Divine Child. He'll send 3 to the right, 1 to the left. It's a passing attack for this club. It's the handoff to the West Virginia commit. It's Christian Stokes, their vocal leader, and he's stabbed in behind the line of scrimmage for a half-yard loss.
Yeah, Tommy Boss really contained the edge right there and kind of forced him back inside, and it made it easy for his interior lineman to make the play on that. That's the type of team defense you want to see out of St. Mary's today.
Sandiford, Johnson, Boyd, Ferris, and Key up front, with Boyd and Key the top ones. Stokes, we told you, committed to West Virginia, the running back. Taishan Trent committed to Michigan. Willie Deal and Jacob Owen also respectable targets. Booth in the shotgun, 2nd and 10 from his own 25, just underway, 1 minute in. There's a throw and a catch. It's a first down. Caught to the 36. He needed 10. He got 11, and it's a first down for Harper Woods. Move the chains.
And that looked pretty easy for Harper Woods right there. He just kind of sat down in the zone, ran a little curl route while the guy ran the underneath route in front of him, and it opened up the linebacker, and really, really easy catch right there for Patterson.
So gain of 11 on the play. As we look at the Orchard Lake St. Mary's defense, D.C. Temple, Charlie Collins up front with Tommy Boss and Anthony Kiafoulis for Orchard Lake St. Mary's. And then Bo Chenik, Crockett, Teichner, and Carlson on the back end. Ogle also up front for Orchard Lake St. Mary's at a defensive end spot. There's a handoff left side at Stokes. He'll have a gain across the 40 on 1st and 10. He'll have a gain of about 4. With 2 minutes gone by, no score. Harper Woods and St. Mary's, first meeting ever stick between these two schools. Harper Woods comes in from the Metro Conference. They'll be moving to the OAA next year. St. Mary's, of course, comes in from the Catholic League Central Division. Some think might be the best in the state.
It's tough to argue that. I mean, the amount of teams that are in here that are competing for state championships every single year, what conference could be tougher?
No doubt. Offensive coordinator is Marcus Lewis, who was Rod Oden's quarterback back in high school at Northwestern High School in Detroit. Oden in his 22nd year coaching football, his 4th year here at Harper Woods. Handoff to Stokes again. He'll be short of the first down. He's tackled by the guy we highlighted in the pregame. That's Jordan Cannon, number 6, who has Division I offers. And it's going to set up 3rd and short stick at about the 44-yard line of their own for Harper Woods.
And for being a finesse team, that was a power run right there. If you watch number 58, Key on that, he drove his man about 7 yards down the field.
Yep. 2 to the left, 2 to the right, 3rd and 1 from their own 44. Shotgun. This is the Wildcat, and this is a keeper along the left side. That's Stokes. It's a first down up to midfield. Call it a gain of 7. And a first down. Harper Woods now into Orchard Lake St. Mary's almost. They'll mark him at the 49 of the Pioneers.
St. Mary's had a chance to stop that in the backfield, just kind of a missed tackle. And, you know, the Wildcat, you put in a more athletic quarterback, you're able to break that tackle and get to the edge.
The longtime defensive coordinator for St. Mary's is Frank Janos in his 43rd year. It's his 50th year of coaching high school football. He has 8 state titles here at OLSM, and he is the longest tenured coach in the Catholic League and in St. Mary's history. Throw right side, it's caught and short, just a gain of 4. The catch is made by number 4. That's Ramonte House, their top target. It's a gain of 4, and it's into St. Mary's territory, and it's 2nd down.
Yeah, Jordan Cannon looked like he was shot out of a cannon on that tackle. What a great hit. You like to see that kind of physical football early in this game. Set the tone. Let them know, okay, if you're going to catch those little short routes, you're going to pay for them.
No doubt. Janos is a Catholic League Hall of Famer. We had a nice, lengthy chat that you'll see at halftime. His son, his son Jason played for Frank in the late 80s, early 90s. And now his grandson, Donnie, is a senior on the St. Mary's defense and really helping out and coming on as of late. There's a pass that's tipped at the line of scrimmage, knocked down. It's 3rd and mid now from the 47-yard line. No score, first quarter, Harper Woods football into St. Mary's territory.
I feel like this is a big down for St. Mary's right here on defense. If they don't get the stop here, Harper Woods is showing that they can move the ball not only through the air but also running the ball too. So you got to hope for kind of tip passes like that, or this is a big 3rd and 6, 3rd and 7. Let's see what St. Mary's dials up, and Janos, who you were just talking about, what he has to offer.
Good coverage that time by Bo Hennick, the 5'11" defensive back and senior. 3rd and 6, it's 4-down territory at the 47 of St. Mary's. Shotgun for Vinnie Booth, the senior. 4-point GPA. Looking left, got a man. 90 now is caught. And first down along the sidelines. A gainer by Willie Deal, the senior wide receiver, who went in, went out. Picked up enough yardage, moved the chains with 7 minutes left in the first.
You like that call, little wide receiver screen. He was able to come back to the ball. Unfortunately, his defender kind of followed him in and couldn't follow him out through the traffic. And that was great athleticism right there by number 11.
Got around Owen Teichner, who was the hero last week. He stopped the 2-point conversion attempt for St. Mary's against Hudsonville. That 2-point conversion was important. That would have tied the game and taken it to overtime. That was with 40 seconds left. 1st and 10 at the 36 for Harper Woods. House in motion. The handoff inside give is to the number 2 back, and that's Dakari Tremble. Dakari is D-A-K-H-A-R-I. If you're scoring at home, he's the backup running back. But he's a number 1 on a lot of teams, Stick, in this potent rushing attack.
Yeah, that's the thing with Harper Woods. They have a lot of weapons. So their number 2 is pretty much everybody else's number 1 in the state. Good for them having that depth.
It's fun to have if you can get it.
Yeah.
George Port's had it several times. He has 3 wide receivers that are currently in the NFL. We'll get to that later. 3 to the right, 2nd and 9. On the move is Harper Woods in the game's opening possession. The give again is to the up back. It's Tremble, and he's out near another first down. So Harper Woods moving the ball on this Frank Janos-led defense, known to stop the run, but when you've got this pass attack, it keeps you honest, doesn't it?
Well, when they're spreading 4 wide like that, and even if you watch the last play at the bottom of the screen here, you had 3 wide receivers, but only 2 St. Mary's DBs covering them. So they're still packing the zone, petting 8 in the box, and they're still getting run on. This is a concerning drive for St. Mary's, and it's been a long drive.
It's an offense under the tutelage of Marcus Lewis that's put up 56.5 points. St. Mary's has given up just 15 a game. 3rd and 1 from the 23. Vinny's back to pass, got a man caught, first down, a little bit more. And he's up across the 15 to the 13-yard line.
And that's just too easy. That's just way too easy right now. If you watch the play, number 14 goes out on a cut. The linebacker appears to be covering him, and he just can't make it out there in time. They could do that 100 times and be easy with it. Patterson, nice route.
What a drive so far. It's a drive that's been really balanced.
Yeah, if you watch the replay right here, you can see 6 trying to make up the ground and 33 getting out there. They just can't make up that ground. The ball travels faster than humans.
6 rushes and 4 pass attempts in this game so far for Harper Woods. A little imbalance from what they typically do. Handoff middle of the field, not much for Stokes, who's back in there. He's tackled by who else? Jordan Cannon, who shot through. He got a little bit of help from the defensive tackle and one of the captains, Tommy Boss.
And if I'm Harper Woods, I'm going to continue to do what I'm doing right now. Everything's working for you. You're running it a little up the middle. You're getting your outside passes in. St. Mary's doesn't know what's coming next, and you can see they're on their heels guessing.
One drive in this game, and this is Harper Woods beating St. Mary's at what they want to do. St. Mary's does not have the ball. 2nd and 8 from the 20. Left hash for Vinny. Looking left, flare out of the backfield, caught right there on coverage and taken down. Ben Meath, the outside linebacker. The throw was made and converted to Patterson again. He's been the top target for them. And it's going to set up 3rd and long here for Harper Woods. Stick.
Yeah, well, I mean, if St. Mary's is going to play 5 yards off him at all times, he'd be my number one target too. Just, you take what's in front of you, and that's what I like about what the quarterback for Harper Woods is doing right now. He's not trying to play hero ball. He's just taking what's in front of him. Vinnie Booth, good first drive for him.
2 wide receivers to the left, 2 running backs as they will check in Laquan Hartsfield at the fullback spot. Handoff give to Stokes, left side near the first down. Has it and more across the 15 down to the 11. It's a first down, move the chains, gain of 6.
And I was actually shocked that they didn't go 4 wide on that like they have been doing. And I thought, okay, well, why are you stopping what's working now? And that play worked for them as well. A little power football right there.
It was a scoreless first quarter last week in St. Mary's win. As we get another look at this handoff to Stokes. Took it right off left tackle. Brandon Sandifor out there, along with Justin Johnson. 1st and 10 from the 10.
A lot of room on this right side of the field. There's a lot of room if they can get someone with speed out there.
Just 2 wide receivers to the left and a wide right side. Handoff, inside give, and that's going to be a short gain maybe of 3. And that again is the number 2 back, number 2, Dakari Tremble, the senior running back. A little bit of thunder and lightning.
Now, if you're St. Mary's, this drive has been tough. It's been long. But if you go the bend, don't break route and you're able to hold them here, you're feeling good about yourself.
This drive is going on 10 minutes long. 9 minutes, 15 seconds officially.
You got to think they're going to use all this space at the bottom of the field.
Yep. 2nd and goal from the 6. Call it the 7. Handoff left side, Tremble, and he is tripped up. Charlie Collins down there. Short gain, call it a gain of just 1 down to the 5.
That was great defense right there. He got in the hole, was able to break down, not over pursue and tackle his man. Because you've seen that a couple times on this drive where St. Mary's is over pursuing before they get to the quarterback, and next thing you know, the runner's underneath them.
George Port and Rod Oden have played twice before. George Port is 2-0 against Rod Oden. St. Mary's won back in 2012.
Keep an eye on Taishan Trent here.
We'll get more on that later. 3rd and 6, 3rd and goal. You like the Trent matchup? We haven't seen him yet.
Right, and he's tight to the line of scrimmage right now, so it's going to be interesting to see who takes him.
Motion house, roll out right. Vinnie Booth in traffic, throws, and incomplete, broken up. Play broken up by number 20, Anderson Carlson. It's 4th and 6.
Now, are they a field goal kicking team, or are they going to go for it?
You called for Taishan Trent.
Well, I said who's going to cover him? 2 guys are going to cover him. That's what's going to happen with Taishan Trent right there.
Throw to the out route, incomplete. It was actually Stokes, number 6. Anyhow, we've got 4th and 6, 4th and goal. Vinnie Booth in the shotgun. He'll send Trent slot right. Jacob Oden bottom right, House bottom right. 4 wide receivers. Stokes in motion. Booth back to pass. 4th down. Throw to the end zone. Too tall. Turnover on downs. St. Mary's football. And this drive that ate up 8 minutes and 26 seconds has finally expired.
Wow. If you're St. Mary's right now, you have dodged a bullet. The momentum has completely shifted, and now your offense has to do their job and get back on the field and just put it down their throat. But here you go. We called for it. Trent in the back of the end zone, just a little too high over his fingertips. I think if he had that back, he maybe would have ran a little further before he tried turning around and jumping for that ball. But now St. Mary's is on offense, and let's see what this offense can do.
10 minutes, 26 seconds, the drive officially. Layden hands off left side. Aiden Boyle from the 6. Watch out, he could go to the 40, 50, 40, 30, 20, down to the 10-yard line. Wow. One guy to beat, and he had the angle on him. Couldn't quite get in the end zone, but what a momentum shift we just witnessed in the past 30 seconds. We talked about how St. Mary's wanted to hold on to the ball and run it and carry the possession.
but you see this 86-yard run just around the end. What a turn. The student section's going crazy right now for St. Mary's.
Boyle's been the lead rusher, the transfer from Sin City, carrying the loaf. Look at this crowd getting hyped again. And St. Mary's in the wishbone under Braden Layton, the junior. Tommy Boss, the up back. We'll get to the starters in a moment. Handoff right side. This is Chubbs Ruckhaber, and he'll fight forward to the 5. It'll be a gain of about 3 yards on first down. With 40 seconds left in the first quarter, no score, Stick.
No score, but I'm in awe right now of what we just witnessed. I mean, when's the last time you saw that a team possessed the ball pretty much the entire first quarter, get stopped at the goal line, and then boom, one play later, the other team's here knocking on the door.
Momentum has shifted. 20 seconds left in the first. Layton, the junior quarterback, first year signal caller. Boss, the up back. Cannon back there. The give is to Nesson. Nesson handoff down to the 3 before he's hit and stopped. Willie Powell, one of the lead backers, a part of the stop, along with number 52. That's Demano Ferris on the defensive tackle side.
It looked like he had the edge here. If he would have stayed outside, this was a touchdown. Look at the blockers sealed. You had 6 sealing out there.
Yeah.
Man.
Laquan Hartsfield with the stop. All right, timeout on the field at the end of one quarter of play. What a change, what a shift. No score, though. Let's go to the second quarter on the Friday Night Clash from Orchard Lake.
Man! Uh-oh! Carmen's falling behind. Let's give her the hiss of shame.
Don't ride the bike of shame. Get tons of equipment and free fitness training. Join today for just $10 a month.
Make sure you download the Woodward Sports app in the App Store and the Google Play Store today. Take Woodward Sports with you wherever you go and listen live on your phone or mobile device.
Hey, Woodward Sports live right now. Planet Fitness, the Prep, Harper Woods, St. Mary's, make some noise! Let's go! Real quick, guys. Is Harper Woods going to win this game, or is St. Mary's getting the W?
St. Mary's! St. Mary's! St. Mary's!
This student section is amazing. You see
Woods
the cheerleaders
Woods
right here.
Back. Woods back!
They are 4 yards away from this touchdown. Back to you guys.
I think Joey Radio's back.
Welcome back, Joey.
We got him in on a charter. Layton turns, gives Boyle left side, trying the outside, fighting to get in. He is not into the end zone. He is down at the half-yard line. And it'll be 4th down and a half yard, 4th and goal from the half. Just 9 seconds in.
You had Jordan Cameron out there blocking, and you thought the two of them could have pushed them back into the end zone, but no. What a great defensive stand by number
Jacob
1,
Oden.
Jacob Oden. That's why he's Superman right there. He just took on 2 men and kept them out of the end zone.
No big deal.
Yeah.
A guy that has 14 Division I Power 5 offers. 4th and 1, St. Mary's is going for it from the 4th. Or from the 1 yard line.
The
from the
inch
half-yard line.
Yeah.
11:51 left, Layton under center. In the wishbone, double tight. Turns, gives, touchdown Eaglets! Jordan Cannon, the senior, is back in the zone. 6-0 St. Mary's.
You're that close to the goal line, you hand it to the big fella and let him do work. I was thinking a quarterback sneak there could have gotten it done, but I like that play call. Give him some momentum getting into that end zone.
3rd rushing touchdown of the year for the senior Jordan Cannon. How about the hole on the right side and the big boys up front? Cole Whalen, Charles Collins, Darryl Rounds. That right side just carving out holes. And here comes the extra point. And the kick is up. And the kick is good. The snap was from Dean, the hold from Weymouth. And the extra point by Ryan Kirk is good. It's 7-0 St. Mary's. 11:48 to go. Our drive recap coming up right after this. This is the Friday Night Clash.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 300,000 participants here in Michigan who take part in high school sports.
Make sure you download the Woodward Sports app in the App Store and the Google Play Store today. Take Woodward Sports with you wherever you go and listen live on your phone or mobile device.
OLSM in the end zone first. They lead 7-0 over Harper Woods. St. Mary's our 15th ranked team in Scott Bernstein's Prep Top 25. Glad you're with us. It was a drive that lasted 5 plays, 94 yards, and a minute 46. Touchdown Jordan Cannon, his 3rd of the year, his 1st of the game. Extra point Ryan Kirk is good. He's perfect all year on extra points. Cannon in the end zone touchdown, Jordan Cannon. Key play was that 86-yard run stick by Aiden Boyle.
Yeah, and Cannon on that drive was just active. He was blocking on the edge for other running backs, and you reward that with the touchdown right there. And, yeah, you can't forget about that big run out of their own zone inside the 5-yard line. 80, how many yards was that, Jeff?
86.
86, yeah, game-changing. And now the Iron Man that Cannon is, there he is at middle linebacker.
I love it. Vinnie Booth in the shotgun from his own 20 after the kickoff was booted through the end zone, or to the end zone. 4 wide receivers. Booth looking left, got a hitch route, got a man. It's caught. Turn and give, and a pounding, and a shove, and a late flag, and that's going to come from Jordan Cannon. The aforementioned exhausted Jordan Cannon. That's Willie Deal on the catch. But what's the deal? It's a 15-yard personal foul beyond that. That's going to tick off George Porritt.
Well, I think everybody got excited when Jordan Jones, number 78, came in there and laid the lumber. You heard the student section just go, oh!
Was that JoJo? Was that the freshman? Well, he told me before the game, he said, you guys are going to be calling my name tonight. I said, son, we haven't even seen you play this year. Well, he said, well, you will tonight, sir. I said, okay. Well, there he is.
I just saw it, and I liked what I saw.
That kid's 14.
Good Lord.
11 and a half left, 7-0 St. Mary's. On the move is Harper Woods. They've dominated in time of possession. 10 and a half minutes roughly was their first drive. Booth, the transfer from Divine Child, turns, gives to Stokes, handoff right side, gain of 3. Not much. The stop by one of the captains, Janda. 2nd and 8.
Stokes with the ball carrier. So Janda made the tackle. There's a gain of 3 on the play. It'll be 2nd and 7.
I'm really waiting for Harper Woods to take advantage of the 3 up top with only 2 defenders on him. It seems like it's right there for them to take. Running at St. Mary's straight up it's their strong suit. You don't want to make a living off of that, and it seems like every time they run a play with 4 wide, they're able to convert.
They have yet to really target Taishan Trent. The top target in this game, top wide receiver. Some say the best wide receiver in the state of Michigan. Some say number 2, some say number 3, but not many say worse than that. Booth will swing it, flare it right side. That Stokes, missed tackle, runs over a fella, and he's got himself a healthy gain of about 8, and he needed 7. First down, Pioneers.
Yeah, when they throw the ball, they are dangerous, and they have a lot of tricks in their bag. Yeah, that was a little sweep pass outside. We've seen the wide receiver screen. We've seen the hook routes. We've seen the zone routes. They're a well-coached passing offense.
George Porritt, you see there, 7 state titles, his 32nd year as a head coach, and there you see the Barry job by Stokes, running by some folks that don't get hit on pretty well like that. 1st and 10 for midfield for Harper Woods. St. Mary's up 7-0, 9:40 to go till halftime. Handoff. It's the number 2 back, and he's got a healthy gain of 10 yards.
Tackle by the Turf Monster.
Tackle by the Turf Monster. That's Dakari Tremble, the senior running back. What a duo, Stokes and Tremble, for Harper Woods. And it's been the run attack stick that where they've made their money tonight so far.
Yeah, and that was a little draw handoff right there. The defense looked a little confused. It looked like they were solely set on playing the pass, and it gave them an opening up the middle. And he could have broke that if it wasn't for, that line popping up and tripping him.
Both teams with 95 yards of offense. They've done it a little bit differently, though. St. Mary's has yet to throw it, where Harper Woods has thrown it 7 of 10. 3 to the left, 1 to the right, just under 9 minutes to go till halftime. Inside, give, Tremble, the hot hand. Right side, has 10, has 12, and another first down for the Pioneers. As they get into Eaglet territory, underneath the 30, here they come on the right hash.
Yeah, a nice little start left, head right, get the linebackers moving out of position and cut back real quick. And it was a great read. Picks up a first down, and if you can do that all day, that's what you want to do. Get those linebackers moving and then cut them back the other way.
Finished off by Anderson Carlson, one of the defensive backs that Deontay Allen, second-year coach for George Porritt, secondary coach, really likes.
Great player at St. Mary's, too.
He's worked very closely with him and made him much better. Throw left side, caught inside the 20, first down again, down to the 17-yard line, finally tackled by Teichner, but moved the chains in the catch by Willie Deal. And Vinnie Booth is just spraying this thing all over the place.
Well, and this is where you can tell that Vinnie Booth has a strong arm. He's throwing all the way from the right hash, completely across the field and on the money before the defenders can make a move and make that tackle right away. That is an indication of why he's getting recruited so heavily.
Seven and a half left. Harper Woods has it. Their opening drive was stalled at the 10-yard line of St. Mary's. St. Mary's stopped them on 4 downs. St. Mary's went for it on 4th and a half yard from the goal line and scored. That's the difference in the game. St. Mary's has an 86-yard run that got them down to the 10. Throw a little right side. Taishan Trent caught down to the 6. Tackle by Carlson. That's the matchup we liked. We got it there. We saw the slant, and we saw the magic of number 15.
Yeah, he positioned himself great there. He planted on his right foot, got the inside position on the DB, and he just shielded him off. Like, this is an easy catch and go right here. Kind of a duck on the pass, but it got there, and that's all that matters.
That's right.
Results driven, baby.
66 yards passing for Harper Woods in this game. 6:35 left. 2 to the right, 2 to the left. Stokes to the left of Booth. Middle of the field, trying to tie this thing up. Inside gives Stokes. Touchdown, Pioneers! Christian Stokes into the end zone, 6-yard run, and we're an extra point away from being tied up in Orchard Lake.
He was not touched on that play. They split 2 to the right, 2 to the left, spread out the St. Mary's defense, and just ran a little draw right up the middle, and he was not even touched. Big props to the big fellas up front there. We're talking Sandifor, Johnson, Boyd, Ferris, and Key. Big blocks, and you got to give it to the big uglies up front.
Yeah, and you see the big hole there on the replay. 4 of the 5 starters on that offensive line are 3-year starters, so an experienced group that Rod Oden trusts and likes. And going for 2, Stokes right side, missed the first attempt, stayed on his feet. Is he in? No call yet. Now they say he's in. 2-point conversion is good. 8-7 on the Stokes 2-point conversion attempt. Harper Woods takes the lead.
Incredible extra effort on that. He was stopped. He was stopped at the 2-yard line, spun, got out of it, and then used his legs, used his leverage, and pushed it into the end zone. Great response from Harper Woods on that. After the letdown of having the ball the whole first quarter and not putting it in the end zone, to come back and do that, great. They got to be feeling good on the sidelines.
Put together a nice drive. You
stopped
see
right there.
Just stuffed. Kept going, spins. Nope. And that's what West Virginia loves about them. They really like the fact that Mr. Stokes, they're going to play him, though, I believe, in the secondary in Morgantown. I digress. 8-play, 80 yards, 5 minutes, 24 seconds. A Stokes 6-yard touchdown at the 6:24 mark of the second quarter. The 2-point conversion is good. And it's 8-7 Harper Woods with 6:24 to go in the second quarter from Orchard Lake.
And this is kind of the matchup we thought it was going to be. I just thought it would be opposite. I thought St. Mary's would be dominating the ball control, and Harper Woods would be the ones with the quick score and big plays and long drives happening in 4 to 5 plays.
That's it. I'm with you on that. So
that's why we play the game, Chad. You never know.
That's right. So the conversion is big. Last week, St. Mary's stopped a 2-point conversion. Hudsonville had to go for it. They were in that position because they got a safety on St. Mary's. So there's been a lot of St. Mary's has had the ball once. Harper Woods has had the ball twice. St. Mary's might have just 2 drives stick in this first half, 1 a quarter. That's what they're on pace to do.
Well, as long as they put them in the end zone, I think they'd be okay with that.
Taishan Trent does it all. Jim Harbaugh might want him to kick off at Michigan. Chubbs Ruckhaber has it at the 35, up to the 40. Watch out, midfield to the 45 and out of bounds. Chubbs Ruckhaber all the way to the 44-yard line, the senior.
Hey, look how excited he is coming off the field, too. What a great return.
They really like the improvement overall of Chubbs Ruckhaber, his size, his speed. He has just been a big-time improvement. Chubbs Ruckhaber, who also was the pinch runner on the baseball team, the national championship baseball team, coached by the National Coach of the Year, Matt Petrie.
I could see why he was running.
Yeah.
He is very fast.
He was a running. What'd they say? Forrest Gump? He just kept a running.
Great movie.
Yes, sir. 6:14 left. St. Mary's trying to run behind the running back here. They want to keep Chubbs hot, and he'll stay hot. Gain of 4 up to about the 40-yard line. 41-yard line, they'll call it officially.
And that's what you wanted to see out of St. Mary's right there. And, a quick look at the quarterback, number 12, Braden Layden. If he can work on ball security, I think he can become the full package at quarterback. He's still young. He's still getting used to the offense. And, St. Mary's isn't a huge passing offense. But at the same time, if he can work on that ball security, that's the next step he's got to take.
3 of 7 for 37 yards against Oak Park. Did lose a fumble in both games, but they like how he can manage a game. There's a throw downfield. Caught at the 15. 5. Touchdown, Eaglets. Brennan Bochenek into the end zone. All alone. Blown coverage by the Pioneers. And Braden Layden has his first career touchdown pass as an Eaglet.
What a great play call. They faked the play to the right, drew the entire defense to the right. You see the little look to the left? He knew he was open.
Yeah.
Came to the right. They forgot about him.
First catch of the year for the lightly used Brennan Bochenek. Like the 4th target, but he's big time. He's got wheels. He's a two-way kid. And it's a touchdown for OLSM.
And he scores 25% of the time he touches the ball on. So
evidently, extra point is up and good. St. Mary's gets the snap from Brendan Dean. The hold from Weymouth and the extra point by Kirk. 14-8 St. Mary's. 5:29 to go till halftime. We'll take a brief timeout from Orchard Lake. This is the Friday Night Clash.
What rhymes with great?
Participate.
Where does greatness start? Here, in the classroom. On the diamond.
In the pool. On the field.
Where will your greatness take you?
To better grades.
To more friends.
Be great.
Participate.
There's just one place where students are students first, and athletics are played with purpose and perspective. That place is your local high school. High school sports offer more than the joy of competition. Studies show that student athletes are also likely to enjoy.
14-8, Orchard Lake St. Mary's takes the lead on the touchdown pass, 41 yards. Braden Layden to number 5, Brennan Bochenek. 14-8 St. Mary's. They come right back with a long return from Ruckhaber. and boom, just like that. You like that call from Layden.
I love that play call. I love everything about it. You know, St. Mary's isn't known for being a throwing offense, so you start the quarterback rolling right a few steps, and they just forget about him at the top of the screen. Immediately, you see Brennan with his hand up calling for it because he knew he was not covered.
Yeah. Layden with the recognition. He looked off the safety, Jacob Oden, as you mentioned, showed a little awareness. So the quick strike offense, and here we go. Vinnie Booth back for Harper Woods, their own 26. Booth over the middle, got a man, caught inside St. Mary's territory at the 48-yard line. Catch made by Nigel Patterson, the top target tonight for Mr. Vinnie Booth.
He's been open a lot. On that play, he was able to beat his defender. And this is a great read because he threw him open. He wasn't open when that ball was released. He kind of just threw it in the spot in the middle of that zone, and he showed up and catched it. Good catch by Patterson. 4
catches now for 43 yards for Patterson as we go under 5 minutes. St. Mary's up a score.
You're seeing Harper Woods do more 2 splits on each side instead of the 3 and 1 on the last 2 drives.
Yeah, trying to spread it out. Tremble gets the carry, and he is crunched by Boss and Cannon, but squirts forward for a couple more and gets it across the 45 down to the 44. So Harper Woods has really shown some balance on offense. Maybe the run game's better than we suspected, partner.
Yeah, well, I think their passing game's just so good, you don't even think about their running game. I don't know if we didn't think it was great. It's just their passing attack is so instrumental and so big to what they could do. Yeah, the crowd's gearing up for this down right here. They can sense it. They need to. St. Mary's needs to get a stop against Harper Woods at some point in this first half.
10 of 13 is the quarterback, Vinnie Booth. 4 wide receivers set again. 2nd and 6 from the 44. Booth 3-step drop, has time, looking deep for Trent, and out of bounds. Great coverage down there again by Carlson. Had him step for step. Booth threw it out of bounds, but that was the only place really to throw it, Stick.
Yeah, if he throws that inbounds, that's getting intercepted. He had inside position, and that was going to be a quick pickoff right there. But, you know, that's your big play guy. He's 6'4". He can jump out of the gym. You give him the opportunity to catch the jump ball. I don't mind that at all. You're right. Where are you at? About the 45-yard line. This is where you take that shot.
Yep.
Yeah, Carlson on the coverage there. Good coverage for him.
He's been really a top corner guy along with Boshenik, who had the receiving touchdown. 3rd and 6. From the St. Mary's 44, Booth, pocket collapse, over the middle, pass tipped, incomplete. Teichner in coverage. He makes plays. Number 15, Mr. Owen Teichner, the senior linebacker, and he makes another one here. St. Mary's was all over this coverage.
Yeah, that was a great play by Teichner right there. Low snap, which kind of threw off the timing of everything, and he was able to get underneath the wide receiver and break that pass up. It looks like Harper Woods is going for it on this.
Cannon and Boshenik also in coverage. Sure, they're going for it. I kid. But yes, they are.
Yeah.
4th and 6 from the 44-yard line. Booth will send 3 wide left. He'll send his big boy Trent wide right. The Michigan commit needs 6, or they turn it over on downs for the 2nd time today. Flare right side, Tremble, and there's flags, and this one's coming back. It's a pre-snap penalty for Harper Woods in what's been a very flagless game.
Yeah, it's been clean. Both these teams are well coached. Both these teams are polished, and they play really good football. This has been a fun game to watch.
Orchard Lake St. Mary's, led by George Porritt, took over. Came to St. Mary's in '86 as an assistant under Rob Hager. 3 years later, took over as athletic director and head football coach. And 10 state titles later, 7 in football, 2 in lacrosse, 1 in basketball. He's retiring this year. Catholic League Hall of Famer, MHSAA Hall of Famer, and coach his sons Kenny, grad of '04, and Mason, grad of 2012. 3:41 left, 4th and 11. This is going to be a punt now, and the punt is up, and Ruckhaber, make it Bohennick's going to take it up to about the 28-yard line before he is tackled by number 14, Who else? Nigel Patterson.
Mr. Do Everything.
3:30 to go until halftime. St. Mary's will take over at the 29-yard line. I want to thank our food sponsor tonight, The Lodge Grill and Bar, located up the road in Orchard Lake, on Orchard Lake Road in Kego Harbor, Michigan. And I know you're fond of The Lodge. It's a St. Mary's staple, and we're grateful for their food.
Yeah, The Lodge, Geno's, and Rocket Eddie's were St. Mary's staples back in the day.
No doubt. We thank The Lodge for
the
the
Lodge
food
was
tonight.
Great.
1st and 10 from the 29, handoff left side, Aiden Boyle. And he gets it up to the 33-yard line.
Stokes on the tackle. Gain of 5. Gain of 6. 2nd and 4.
2nd down and 5. Here come the Eaglets on the right hash. Double tight formation, wishbone formation. We know this formation, don't we, Stick?
We do.
The give to Boyle. And he's got about 2 or 3 off the left side, right behind Waylon, Ozog, and Janda. That'll set up a 3rd down, and this is what St. Mary's wants to do, though, Stick. They're bleeding clock, 3.3 yards, right?
Yeah, but Harper Woods does a great job here with contain, because if he gets outside number 1, that is a long run. Jacob Oden does a great job.
Oden with a nice play. Hartsfield in on it as well. Stick a big 3rd and 1 here at the 36. Double tight. Layden gives 1st down up to the 40. Gain of 4 on the play with 2:15 to go till halftime. They'll stop the clock momentarily. And that's Chubbs Ruckhaber, whose name we've called a lot tonight, Stick.
Yeah, this is exactly how you thought St. Mary's was going to be playing throughout this entire game. 3rd down and 2, 3rd down and 1. Pick it up, keep it grinding, keep Harper Woods off the field. This is a recipe of success for St. Mary's.
They like him with the end arounds, and he's getting more involved in the game plan as Ruckhaber. Under 2 minutes now, rolling clock. Their own 40, St. Mary's double tight. Layden under center. Play action, looking downfield, looking right side for Ben Meath. And there is a flag down, and PI is called. Taishan Trent on pass interference at the 25-yard line. How about the play call? George Port pulled it out at the right time.
That's twice in a row that he's pulled out his passing plays that we were not expecting. And right there, you expect Taishan Trent to know once you're beat. I'm sure he's had that pass interference happen to him 100 times, So he got beat on that play, and it's better than giving up a touchdown.
No doubt. You match those corners up one-on-one with those ends. St. Mary's has a couple of tight ends that love that battle, even if it is Taishan Trent.
Yeah, he had great separation right off the line of scrimmage and was able to beat him down the field.
At halftime, St. Mary's will honor their crew coach, Chris Zarnecki, and he is going into the St. Mary's Coaches Hall of Fame, 17 years, and 11 of St. Mary's 25 state championships under his tutelage. And 3 national championships. He took over, of course, for the legendary Jack Laddie LeBlanc, who my brother
man.
Nate rode for. I did not row. I played baseball, but I tried, and I just wasn't tough enough. I love baseball too much, and quite frankly, I wasn't tough enough to row. But Chris Zarnecki, we appreciate. We'll take a timeout, 1:38 to go, 14-8 St. Mary's. They're on the move in a 2nd and 10 when we come back after this.
Man! Uh-oh! Carmen's falling behind. Let's give her the hiss of shame.
Don't ride the bike of shame. Get tons of equipment and free fitness training. Join today for just $10 a month.
Just sub 70-degree temperatures, but what a comfortable, beautiful night as the wind gently starts to drift left to right across Orchard Lake. Beautiful night. My name is Chad Bush. Sam Stick Day. St. Mary's up 14-8. They got a 2-point conversion, not an extra point. Want to thank our producers, Travis Childress and Alex Westfall. Joey Namath on the sidelines. We'll have Joey at halftime. A rocking crowd at St. Mary's, and they have it on 2nd and 10. Handoff, Thomas, and he is knocked down at the 40, leveled by Tremble. But a gain of 5 for the electric freshman. Antoine Thomas, who didn't get any touches last week, but he had some love in week 1.
Yeah, this is a big hit. He was breaking it here. He had some room, and then all of a sudden, nope, you hit a wall. And we saw it on the goal line with Tremble as well, breaking tackles and getting in.
3rd down and 5 from the 40-yard line as we approach a minute.
There's Tremble looking great right there with the visor. I've always loved the visor.
Outstanding two-way player for Rod Oden's club. There's a throw left side, out route caught by Ruckhaber up to the 32-yard line. It's a 1st down and a gain of 8. Clock stops with 53 ticks left. Move the chains.
And you can tell more and more St. Mary's is starting to trust Leadon with that ball. You can definitely see here on the play just how wide open he gets and clears out. And look at, you push the defense back, he cuts across, great timing on the pass, led him well so he can get a couple more yards. Great throw, and you're seeing they're trusting their quarterback more.
Offensive coordinator Don Buchanan in his 28th year at St. Mary's, his 41st year of coaching. He's back since 2004. Started with George Port back in 1986. Had a couple of 4-year breaks at Clarkson and Fenton, but his son Kyle is on our crew. And we're excited to have Kyle. We're very glad for Don Buchanan and his services. He's also the director of alumni relations at St. Mary's. Thomas handoff, forward progress, second effort, gain of 4 with 40 seconds left stick.
Yeah, a little wildcat there for St. Mary's. A direct snap right to Thomas, and he was able to get 4 yards out of something he probably should have gotten 0 yards out of. But look at this, direct snap right to him. Tripped up, kind of busted it outside, kept his balance, and was able to squeeze 4 yards out of it. Great run.
Most of it on his own, huh?
Yeah.
So a timeout is taken. We'll keep it right here with 37 seconds left. Coming up at halftime, we will have Frank Janos in our interview with the longtime defensive coordinator for St. Mary's. 50 years as a coach of high school football, 43 years ago. And he's going to retire with head coach George Port at the end of this season. I know we both played for Coach Janos and Coach Port. And go ahead, Frank Janos. I mean, one of the most intense play callers and motivators you'll ever meet.
Yeah, you don't coach under Coach Port and don't have that fire.
That's
I don't think he would tolerate it, and Janos and him have been kind of just like a perfect marriage together.
They sure have, and that's a nice interview. We hope you'll stick around at halftime for it. So 4 wide receivers laid in on a 2nd and 10. Going to throw to the end zone, looking for Meath again. Caught, is he in? What's the call? Touchdown, Eaglets! Braden Layden, 29-yard touchdown pass to Ben Meath, the senior tight end.
You think they're starting to trust their quarterback, Chad?
What a ball from a junior Braden.
And
My
what
goodness.
a catch to keep. I think he got both feet down there, too. Had a lot of room, and that's trusting Braden and his wide receiver as well, because he was pretty covered. You know, the term threw him open, that's exactly what that was. And you get a look at the student section having some fun.
They are lit. The snap from Dean is solid. The hold from Weymouth is better, and the kick is up and good from Ryan Kirk. The sophomore. Perfect in his extra points this year. So with 31 seconds left until halftime, St. Mary's has climbed out to a 2-score lead over Harper Woods.
This has been a very interesting game. I know I've said it several times, but we've talked like all week building up to this game. Man, St. Mary's really has to have the ball control. They really got to control the clock. They need to expose the running game. And all of their touchdowns have been on big plays. Yes, one was a great running play, but the other 2 passing plays that you would not see coming typically in years for Orchard Lake St. Mary's.
Yeah, and another short drive for St. Mary's. But it's capped off by the 29-yard touchdown pass. And again, quick work with their timing, just a 3-minute drive stick. And they get down and control the football and only leave Harper Woods with 31 seconds left.
Yeah, and it looks like George Port's having fun in his last year. You know, leave it all on the table, have some fun,
Sure.
Let your guys throw the ball, let them sling it around the field. But to trust your quarterback the way they have and the evolution from week 1 to what we've seen now has been pretty impressive.
Yes, sir. The kickoff by Kirk, and it is taken by Ramonte House. And he's got a healthy gain up to the 29 before he's tackled by number 32. That's a special teams demon, and Skylar Bonner, a sophomore linebacker who they like quite a bit.
And that was a touchdown-saving tackle. I know it didn't look like it because there was a lot of people around him, but he was the last line of defense before he broke that. So that it didn't look like a big tackle in the moment, but that was a big tackle. Uh-oh, they're doing push-ups down there on the sideline. You want to do some up here, Chad?
No.
Okay,
I
good.
get gassed after 5, brother. How about those St. Mary's cheerleaders?
Oh, there we are. Hey, what's going on, cameraman?
Hey.
Yeah, we're not doing push-ups, sorry.
No, Steve Bush's push-up days are done. They finished in Mount Pleasant in 1998. 29-yard line is where this drive will start. Vinnie Booth in the shotgun, handoff, inside give. This is Stokes. He'll ride up the right sideline, knocked out of bounds. Clock will stop. All 3 timeouts remain, or at least the scoreboard tells us that, with 19 ticks left. Here comes Harper Woods.
That's kind of a feel-em-out play. Like, I'm going to run this play. If I get 10 to 15 yards, we're going to continue this drive. If he gets stuffed, we're probably just going to go into halftime with the score the way it is.
Yep.
But now, Harper Woods, they gain that 15, 14 yards, and here they are in striking distance for them, honestly.
Sure. And you like the headiness of Christian Stokes to get to the edge, get to the sideline, knows that he needs to stop the clock, doesn't want to use a timeout. He's a smart kid. Vinnie back to pass, 3-step drop, rolls right, pocket breaks down, wants to run, get a few yards, he will. Forced out at the 47-yard line. It'll be a gain of 5, and with 14 seconds to go until halftime, Harper Woods running out of time.
Yeah, St. Mary's dropping a lot into coverage on that, and that's what you do with 14 seconds left in the half. Make sure that if they're going to beat you, they got to beat all your defenders.
Don't forget, next week we're going to see our number 1 team, Chippewa Valley, against Macomb, Dakota. Yeah, we're headed to the east side. Watch out.
That game is always a raucous crowd.
Oh, you know it. 13 seconds to work. Vinnie rolling right, looking downfield, got a man, incomplete, overshot Taishan Trent, the big target, the 4-star wide receiver who's been really shut down in this game stick. 3rd and 6 and 8 seconds left for midfield.
Yeah, he's frustrated. Not only did he miss the touchdown pass in the end zone that went off the top of his fingertips, you know, the big pass interference call down here, he's having a frustrating game for a Michigan commit who we expected to see major things out of today. I mean, he's 6'4", 210, big guy, can catch all the passes. So, listen, it's only halftime. He could have 300 yards in the second half for all we know, but this has been a solid first half defensively for St. Mary's on their big play guy.
Yeah, and it's bend and don't break. I mean, that's kind of what Frank Genosa's mantra has been in his 43 years here. We told you about this upcoming week. We told you about last week, too. We had fun. Groves knocking off, or Southfield A&T knocking off Birmingham Groves. But next week it gets a little bit turned up. A couple Division I teams are going to go at it from the east side. Our number 1, according to Scott Bernstein, Chippewa Valley will take on Macomb, Dakota, who's looking to go to 2-1 tonight. We look forward to that matchup. And I know that's one that you and Joey are familiar with as well.
Yeah, one of my fears is we're going to lose Joey to one of those student sections. He's just going to get swallowed up and we'll never see him again. But both those schools bring it. Such great pride, such a great rivalry here in the state of Michigan.
All right, here we go. 8 seconds left. St. Mary's up 2 scores, 21-8. Ball at their own 35-yard line. It's a 2nd and 6, but the clock is the issue. Just 8 seconds to work for Vinnie. Throw near side, House out of bounds, caught. And the clock never moved. We got a new clock operator. Take it easy. Frank Janos. Look at Frank Janos.
Is not happy right now.
Look at Frank Janos down there. He took his headset off. Take it easy. We got a new guy down there, and his name is Dan Heath. And I went to St. Mary's with him. He's learning. He's a willing learner.
But why'd you got to call him out publicly?
Well, because he's my boy.
That's exactly what you do.
Isn't that what friends do to friends?
100%. I would expect nothing less if it was me.
Dan's one of the all-time great three-point shooters at St. Mary's. His daughter, Avery, is a sophomore star on the basketball team. He coaches the girls' varsity basketball. He does a heck of a job. I love my man, Dan Heath. 4 seconds left, 2nd and 18. Time has run out. This will be the final play unless there's a defensive penalty. There's the air horn. You know it's really over. And incomplete. And that ends the first half.
Who has the air horn?
I don't know. Somebody has the air horn. This thing feels official. Second half, a lot of fun coming up. Let's take a look at the final play, one that was well covered.
Yeah, lots of time. I mean, you see they're only rushing 3, so that means they're dropping 8. And I don't know if that air horn kind of sent them off and pushed them to throw the ball, or I don't know. That was a awkward last play, but great first half all in general. I mean, St. Mary's has to feel very lucky getting out of this first half with only letting up 1 score, because Harper Woods showed that they could dominate the ball all the way up and down the field. But St. Mary's responded every single time that there was an issue.
They sure did. St. Mary's wanted to make sure they got pressure on this quarterback, Vinnie Booth, and Harper Woods in this lethal passing game. And an offense that put up 56.5 points through weeks 1 and weeks 2. But the Central Division and the defenses here are a little different. St. Mary's informing the Pioneers of that here through the first 24 minutes. We'll take a quick timeout. 21-8, St. Mary's on top at the half. Don't go anywhere. Frank Janos is coming up. And we'll have our sideline report from Joey as well down the line. 21-8 at the break. This is the Friday Night Clash.
There's just one place where students are students first, and athletics are played with purpose and perspective. That place is your local high school. High school sports offer more than the joy of competition. Studies show that student athletes are also likely to enjoy greater levels of achievement in other areas of their lives, including academics. High school sports, a winning part of a complete education.
I go like this.
The best part about playing football in Texas has to be the reaction from the community.
I want to encourage others to play volleyball or choir because you get to experience new things and do stuff that you've never done before. My reason why is passion.
My reason why is pride.
Hey, you hear the student section getting real hype back there, but this is your big day. You want to introduce yourself?
I'm Dominic Stewart, and I'm about to kick this field goal.
And what year are you? That's the biggest part about this.
I'm a senior this year.
So you've been waiting your entire life for your opportunity. $10,000, our kick for cash. It's going to be $5,000 for you and $5,000 for your school, St. Mary's. How are you feeling right now?
A little nervous, but I think I can get it done.
The whole student section, thousands of fans going to be watching you. All you got to do is you got to kick that football in from the 10-yard line, 20-yard line, and the 35-yard line, and you get yourself $10,000. You think you got this?
Yeah, I think I can do this.
Does the student section, do you guys think he's got this? Coming to you shortly with Woodward Sports and the Prep Friday Night Clash.
Awesome. Joey's having a good time down there, and we do that $10,000 kick for every high school game that we're going to this season with the Prep and Woodward Sports. And it's awesome. All you got to do is follow Woodward Sports. We'll pull someone from the crowd, and if we know that you're following us, you get your chance at that $10,000 kick. And like we said, from the 10, the 20, and the 35.
That's an exciting one. We will have updates of how that goes down. In the meantime, it's time to talk to Frank Janos, the longtime defensive coordinator, 50 years of coaching. And Coach Janos, 43 years here at Orchard Lake St. Mary's. So we will have a word from him coming up right after the timeout. 21-8, Orchard Lake St. Mary's over Harper Woods at halftime.
Today I'm going to tell you about sportsmanship because it's important. Treat your opponents the way you would want to be treated. My mom says that. Listen to the referees. It's their job. Be nice to their team and our team. Cheer them on. Always play fair. It's the right thing to do. It's sportsmanship. It's not that hard.
We're here with longtime defensive coordinator Frank Janos, Hall of Famer in the Catholic League, 8 state titles, and really when you think St. Mary's football, you think Frank Janos. He's in his 50th year of coaching, 43rd year overall. He's decided to call it quits with George Porritt, appropriately enough, at the end of this year. Talk about how you got to that decision, Coach.
Well, it's a lot of soul searching. Coaching is a passion, so it's hard to do and try to figure out when to call it quits. But bottom line, the clock's always ticking, and there's always an opportunity that maybe you should consider to do it. So I kind of set this year to be the year. Seemed like to be the right time. Of course, my grandson is a senior, and I wanted to be here for his 4 years here. So it would not have been appropriate to leave a year early. So I basically made a promise to him that I'd be here through that time. So he's done this year, and so's Coach Jay.
Well, you'll be missed, and all the impressions, all the years of St. Mary's and the success, 8 state titles, all under the defensive coordinator tutelage of Frank Janos, the longtime defensive coordinator. And you talk about playing with Mr. Ogle on your team, and also your son Jason, you also coach. What's it been like to be able to coach both your son and your grandson?
That's been really a fun part to do. To be able to coach them, watch them grow as men has been fun to do. Teaching them the right things in life, because coaching is never about the wins. It's always about making men. And that was always the purpose of my mission, coaching you, getting you to be a man, and your brother, and all the other ones that I've seen. That's always been my goal, my passion, because at the end of the day, we all have to grow up. We have to live our lives. But I used football as my way of getting that message across. That's me.
You got here on campus in the 70s, and you've been here 43 years. Talk about the progression of Orchard Lake St. Mary's, certainly the glory years under George Porritt, but you saw 2 head coaches prior to Coach Porritt coming in. Just talk about the progression of this wonderful institution.
Yeah, when we first got here, it was a small Class C school. And, you know, we played a good brand of football back then, but it was never quite to the caliber we are today. So it's really taken a lot of hard work to get it here. I remember when we did play Brother Rice for the very first time, and we lost in the Catholic Championship to them, and we had a very young team. And we came back the next year and played them again, very same game, and then we wound up beating them 9-7, which they didn't think that would ever happen. But bottom line, that's where it really started, where the kids at that point all of a sudden made a decision that they were ready to play anybody. They were not afraid of anybody. They had the will to do it, and it all started then. And it's all been uphill since then, continuing to go and reach for the sky, and that's where it all started.
You've been with George Porritt since 1986. You will go out with George Porritt, appropriately enough, in 2021. Tell us, and what do people not know about Coach Porritt, and what's made him so successful, and what's made all the young men admire him and all those who have worked with him as well?
Discipline. That's one thing that George is big about. He's all about not being selfish either. It's all about the team. And of course, that's what allowed me to be here as long as I have, because George and I share exactly the same mantra. It's always about the team. It's not about you. It's about us. And George lives it, breathes it. It fits right into my wheelhouse. So therefore, when we do things, it's almost like you're looking at each other in the eye and saying, that sounds familiar. And it's because we think alike. And when he does things, I usually know he's going to do it before he does it, just because I know him. So it's just that his personality is old school. It's discipline. It's about playing for the team, not about an individual being a star, because that's not how you win games, and that's not how you win life either. It's all about teamwork.
This year's version 2-0 going into this game against a very tough Harper Woods team. Let's talk about your defense. They've really stood up, and they seem to be, again, the backbone of this team. Talk about where they're at and what you're excited about with this unit.
Well, this unit is a senior-laden group. They've really logged quite a bit of playing time already in their sophomore and junior years. So I expected them to be a good defensive team because they're smart. They know the game. They know how to play it. They're familiar with formations. They understand the game in totality. And to have a good defense, you really have to be a smart football player. This team is very smart. They've been very dedicated. They've been to the war before on the field, so they know what it's like. So for coaching these guys, it was just a matter of trying to make sure I could get them in the right spot, because I knew if I could do that, they would take care of the rest. And, you know, we've answered the bell so far, but they all know that we're only as good as our next play. And that's how we always have played here, is what's the next play and what are you going to do for me today? Because you can't worry about the past, learn from it, and move forward. These guys are kind of taking that mantra. And I think that's the reason why they're doing as well as they are right now. But they also know they can't get ahead of themselves. So we're not worrying about anything but the first play of Harper Woods and nothing beyond.
That sounds familiar. That's been the formula of success for 50 years under Frank Janos. Thank you for your service to this school, for this league, for this state, and for what you've done for high school football. Thank you very much, Coach.
Thank you very much as well.
Yeah, that's Frank Janos. Thanks so much. We're back with second half action right after this from Orchard Lake St. Mary's. Second half, St. Mary's and Harper Woods on the other side of this.
As the voice of Michigan student athletes, the Student Advisory Council's role
is to convey the message of how high school sports are supposed to be played.
We are responsible for helping the MHSAA maintain a positive and healthy atmosphere
so that interscholastic athletes may thrive.
We believe athletes should be competitive,
sportsmanlike, and excel academically.
We believe students in the stands should have fun,
but not take the focus away from the game.
We believe coaches should act as teachers,
helping student athletes develop while still keeping high school sports in perspective.
We believe that parents should always be positive role models
and be supportive of their child's decision.
We believe officials commit their own time to high school sports,
and respect should always be shown and given to them.
The most important goal for student athletes is to enjoy high school sports
while keeping a high level of respect between all those involved in the games.
Enjoy the game!
Man! Uh-oh! Carmen's falling behind. Let's give her the hiss of shame.
Don't ride the bike of shame. Get tons of equipment and free fitness training. Join today for just $10 a month.
Beautiful sunset in Orchard Lake tonight. The Friday night clash has Orchard Lake St. Mary's up by a couple scores. My name's Chad Bush alongside Sam Stick Day. And lots of action in the first half. St. Mary's up 2 scores, Stick, and they got off with a fast start on their first drive.
Yeah, on their first drive, it took a long time to get the ball on that first drive, but once they got it, boom, right away, big play. It was 83, 86 yards on that run, and it just kind of turned the whole momentum of the game because Harper Woods was controlling everything.
The Aiden Boyle 86-yard run down to the 10. St. Mary's would power it in for a near touchdown here by Aiden Boyle, and then Jordan Cannon would finish off the drive, and what a drive it was for St. Mary's. 94 yards in a minute 46, and the touchdown for Jordan Cannon here, Stick.
Yeah, big run, big power blocking. That's what St. Mary's done. You know, you're sending 2 lead blockers through the hole, plus you got the big guys up front. On the goal line, they're tough to stop.
They sure are. And then Harper Woods came back, and we knew they wouldn't lay down, and George Port knows they won't lay down in the second half. But Harper Woods came back with a little bit of smoke of their own on this Christian Stokes 6-yard touchdown run to make it 14-8 after the 2-point conversion was in.
Yeah, he wasn't even touched on that play either. He's had his way pretty much with the St. Mary's defense. St. Mary's was just lucky to only let up 8 points. And then you see the great play here. Blown coverage, wide open, trusting in your young quarterback. You liked how he looked off the safety there and was able to throw it. It was a beautiful play.
Braden Layden to Brennan Bochenik. Extra point was good. It's 21-8. That's how your first half ends. You look at the stats. St. Mary's 131 yards rushing. And just 78 passing yards, Stick, but that's a lot for this offense. Meanwhile, Harper Woods throws for over 100 and pretty balanced on offense with 85 yards rushing.
Yeah, I would expect Harper Woods to kind of go unbalanced in the second half and really lean into their passing game, even though the rushing game has worked for them. And like you said, 78 yards passing, not that impressive, but for a St. Mary's offense, it's kind of more than they average.
It's quite a bit.
Yeah.
So St. Mary's on top, 21-8. Second half action coming up from OLSM at Molesky Field. George Porrett's final year. They want to make it a big one here at OLSM. Rod Oden's Pioneers with something to say. We're back for the second half right after this.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? High school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 300,000 participants here in Michigan who take part in high school sports.
All right, this is Adam, take 2. Mark?
I guess.
I go like this.
The best part about playing football in Texas has to be the reaction from the community.
I want to encourage others to play volleyball or choir because you get to experience new things and do stuff that you've never done before. My reason why is passion.
My reason why is pride.
Well, Orchard Lake St. Mary's, the secret in the sauce. Well, how about loyalty and longevity? And George Porrett and his staff at the core of it. And how about it? You look at Frank Janos, who you heard from in that halftime interview, 43 years on staff. George Porrett, 35th year overall, 32 as head coach. Sean Klaus, whose book we'll talk about later in the broadcast, his 30th year at St. Mary's. Of course, he played at OLSM. Don Buchanan, the offensive coordinator, 28th year. Don also does a great job for St. Mary's as their Director of Alumni Relations. And let's not forget about the support staff. How about Robin Goddard? 40 years.
Wow.
Robin showed up in 1980, 1981, and he hasn't left. And he's told a lot of people to leave, but he hasn't left. And nobody's going to ask him to leave because Robin does so much for St. Mary's. He captains that support staff, but there's more to thank. Rich Rychek, 31 years. Game day crowd control, longtime teacher. Len Karshnia, who we love, team statistician in football, the associate head coach in basketball, 30 years, and Annette Knight in her 15th year as the secretary under George Porrett. How about it?
It's just amazing to have a staff that together for that long, and you see the results whenever you have consistency like that. I always talk about this too with NFL franchises, and you know the NFL franchises that have established head coaches.
Packers,
yeah, the
Cowboys.
Packers. You know, you're talking about the Steelers. You're talking about those teams have their coaches, and you have your system, and you let it work, and that's what they've done here, and it's worked.
Yep, a lot of loyalty by George Porrett and his staff. But Porrett got here in 1986, of course, going for win number 275 tonight. Athletic director and head coach since 1989. 7 state titles. His first team in 1994 was under Diallo Johnson, Phil Lim, Dave Bowens, several and many, many others. And then his last state title in 2016. That was the pre-scored and touchdown pass in the closing minutes. 14 league titles and the National Coach of the Year in 2007, and a nominee inducted into the Michigan High School Coaches Hall of Fame and the Catholic League Hall of Fame. We both played for Coach Porrett. Can't say enough about him. the discipline he instills in his team, and the winning attitude. Guys respect him, love to play for him, and he's one of the best motivators the school's ever seen.
And he's all about doing it the right way, not cheating, not cutting corners, and making sure, taking the proper angles, hitting your proper blocks. And that's a lot what I learned from Coach Port when I was playing for him. I wasn't the greatest player. I didn't contribute to the team on a huge level, but I still took away a lot of life lessons when I played with him.
Well, indeed. We appreciate your service. 1990 grad, Sam Stick Day.
99.
1999. What did I say?
90.
1990 grad?
Yeah.
No, you look too young for that. My bad.
Oh.
21-8, St. Mary's in the lead, and they have the football first. I'm sorry, partner. Go ahead.
Oh, that's okay. I was just going to say I was played with a lot of those guys that won the 99 state championship, because I graduated in 99, but the last football year is 98 that
Who
year.
stood out on that team for you?
Oh,
Talk
Jermaine
about
Gonzalez. I mean, he went on to play quarterback at Michigan, and Maurice Seawright, probably one of the best high school athletes I've ever seen play.
Right on.
And that's not any bias talking. That you could
Several
talk.
others back then.
Braylon Edwards, who works for us at Woodward Sports, was talking about Maurice Seawright to me the other day.
That's right. Double tight wing formation. That handoffs to Chubbs, and he gets chopped at the line of scrimmage. So the penalty on the kickoff moves it up to the 35. Ruckhaber is stopped as a man down for the Pioneers.
Yeah, it looks like McGee is down. He was holding his right leg up. That's tough coming out at halftime. Very first play.
His father's the principal of the school. Rod Oden, the head coach, in his fourth year here. Oden took over after he left Detroit East English Village. And prior to that, he was at Detroit Crockett before they closed their doors. Oden, in his 22nd year coaching overall, played for Bo Schembechler at the University of Michigan for a year and a half. And his son Jacob, he's quite proud of. He plays on offense and defense. He's a 4-star recruit. He has 14 Division I Power 5 offers.
Well, and that play he made down here on the goal line, taking on two men and keeping both of them out of the end zone. You got to be proud of that effort. And just, when you're the coach's son, sometimes there's more pressure on you. People, they think sometimes you only get playing time because of that. But no, that is not the case in Oden.
Oden was an assistant at Crockett from 2000 to 2004. And Crockett head coach in 04, he took over. And there's history with George Porritt and Rod Oden, and Porritt remembers it a little bit more clear.
Yeah, McGee getting a big hand as he walks off the field under his own strength, so that's always a good sign.
No doubt. St. Mary's knocked off the Oden-led Crockett Club and also the Detroit East English Village Bulldogs. Layden rolling right, got a man caught, first down, it's Meath. It's a gain of 12 yards up near midfield, and it's a first down for the Don Buchanan-led red and white.
I was expecting DC Temple to get a lot of these tight end catches, but Meath has been the go-to guy today, not only on touchdowns, but deep passes, and you get him here with a little crossing route, sitting down in the zone. He has been very active tonight.
There's a lot of good tight ends in the Central Division in the Catholic League. Garrity at Notre Dame, Garrity at Brother Rice. His old man played at Notre Dame in basketball and in the NBA. Handoff middle of the field to Boyle. That's a gain of 2. It'll set up second down and 8 from the 49-yard line of St. Mary's. But I don't know if there's two better tight ends together, and they play a lot in this George Port wing T offense, than Ben Meath and DC Temple, who we haven't called yet today, but really improving on the blocking.
Yeah, little trap play here that Harper Woods was able to stop. And only a gain of 2 on that. But, yeah, back to your point, DC Temple, he's a big boy. He's a fast boy, and you expect to see him explode at some point tonight. But if Meath is catching the ball like this, you just keep feeding him.
They might take a shot with DC. Handoff left side, Aiden Boyle, and there is nowhere to go. That thing is leveled from the beginning and tackled by Breon Key, a guy that really likes the prep. He was all over our social media.
Awesome.
Mr. Key gets a stop there. That's a tackle for loss. And how about Mr. Key?
Well, you could tell that the halftime initiative must have been stop the run. Let's get physical up front, push the line of scrimmage back, and let's control it. And Harper Woods has come out and dominated physically.
Harper Woods' defensive coordinator is Mike Booker, who played for Oden at Crockett, and a guy that really brings enthusiasm. You just saw in our replay, jumping up and down. They like Book a lot. He's one of the really bright defensive coordinators. Layden looking right on 3rd and 8. Got a man, Meath. Did he catch it? No, he did not. Outstanding coverage that time by number 7, James McLemore, the senior corner.
Yeah, he would have come down in bounds had McLemore not pushed him out of bounds. So that is a tremendous play preventing a first down for Harper Woods. Watch this on the replay. He's coming down in bounds, but nope, push him out of bounds. You know, back in the old days, the NFL, they said, oh, he would have come down in bounds. That's a good catch. Nope, not anymore.
So St. Mary's has to punt for the first time tonight. 10:35 to go in the 3rd quarter. The snapper is Brendan Dean. The punter is Noah Audia. He stands at his own 35. Audia with a fine week last week at Hudsonville. Kicks one here. It's short. It's inside the 30, and it's going to get touched at about the 27. And with 10:24 to go in the 3rd quarter, a scoreless 3rd so far. But how about Harper Woods and their defense and the adjustments they made stick on St. Mary's first possession?
That was a big stop for them. I mean, if St. Mary's comes out and goes up 3 scores, you're in some trouble. But right now, you're back in the game. You know you can move the ball. We saw it all first half. They just haven't been able to put it in the end zone.
Big drive here for Harper Woods. First drive of the second half.
And going back to my points of the game, what do you do here? You keep slinging it. That's exactly what you have to do.
And they have slung it all over the field tonight. Vinnie is 11 of 18 in this game.
Which at one point he was 10 of 13. So,
yeah,
you know, they're slowing down on the passing game.
For just 104 yards. He's been averaging about 280 a game. So there's a burst up the gut. That's a healthy gainer. And let's take a look at how this thing's getting done, Stick, from high above Molesky Field.
Yeah, and Zane Neeson on the tackle there too, and that was a big tackle because he's breaking that if this tackle isn't made. Look at all the red in front of him. I was going to say green.
Who could fault you if you said green?
Right.
Ferris blowing open a hole. Under 10 minutes, Harper Woods on the move after the 7-yard gain on first down. Vinnie Booth from midfield. Fakes the give, throws right side, and the pass is caught. Makes a couple man miss. And Taishan Trent does it on his own and gets a first down up to the 42-yard line. It'll be a gain of 6. He needed 3 with 9:25 to go.
We talked about him being frustrated in the first half, you know, pass interference, missing a touchdown pass in the end zone. You could tell he was taking out some of that frustration on that play right there. He was not going to be brought down by 1 man, 2 men, or even 5. It took the whole team to get him down.
No, and he broke the tackle there of Zane Nessen, who had him dead to rights for a short gain. And yeah, I mean, you see Taishan Trent, the emotional leader, really getting his team hyped. They need a little bit of an emotional lift.
Yeah, they definitely do. I mean, but they've shown they move the ball, so they got to feel good. It's just you can't get into the end zone. That's been tough.
Bend but don't break.
Yep.
From the right hash, Vinnie. Errant snap, ball loose on the deck, and St. Mary's has it. Fumble recovery at the 40-yard line. And who has it but Chucky Collins, the former point guard on the JV basketball team, and at north of 300 pounds, that's a friendly face to find a football.
And that's the guy you want to fall on the football because no one's ripping it out of his hands. And send him right back out there, Coach.
What did you see here?
This is a bad snap. I don't know what happened. Did he hit it off his ankle or was it just rolling on the ground? I really couldn't see there, but great reaction time right there by Charles Collins.
Chris Boyd, the center, who's a big responsibility. He's replacing Davion Weatherspoon, who's now at Ohio U, and getting some burn down there in Athens. Turnover. St. Mary's has it. Handoff right side. It's Ruckhaber. He's got inside the 30, down to the 28-yard line. That's a gain of 13 with 8:30 left. As we go back to that turnover and the recovery by Charlie Collins.
Yeah, we get an end zone view here so we can see what happened. And the ball never got off the ground.
Turf Monster again.
Yeah.
Turf Monster, 1 tackle, 1 forced fumble.
And you could see that he knew it was a bad snap because he tried to hit it again with his hands. You kind of want your center just to fall on that if you know it's going to be 2 feet behind you. But you got to get your block in front of you, too, so it's easier said than done.
St. Mary's picked to finish second in the Central Division of the Catholic League. Play action. Braden Layden rolling right. Got a man, DC Temple, off his chest and intercepted. Picked off by Tremble. And he is knocked down and tackled back to the 20. But it's a Layden pass that was picked, and he's victimized by the DC Temple drop.
That was a tough pass to squeeze in there. It looked like DC was covered, but it was definitely a catchable ball.
He's been doing so much better with his hands. There was a fine play by Taishan Trent to get in there and mix it up. It wasn't an easy catch, but
I think if you asked him, he'd tell you he should have caught that.
And as a receiver, the other part of it is you want to get yourself, knock the ball down.
And it looks like Tremble was on the ground. I didn't see him get hurt during the play, so it may have been during the celebration.
Well, that celebration dance, it was, I'll tell you what, it was impressive. It was worth getting injured over maybe.
What a great play.
At the 45, going up and trying to snatch it out of the Orchard Lake air was Patterson, and Brennan Bochenik broke it up beautifully up near midfield.
That was an incredible athletic play. He was kind of beat on it, but he made up the ground. The pass was a little late, and he was able to get in front of it, and look at that.
Wow.
Wow, in midair, too. I want that in slow-mo, and I want that in NFT.
You're not asking for much.
No.
An experienced guy, very competitive, smart, confident. He's part of that group of knuckleheads. Frank Jano says, I call them the knuckleheads. It's my grandson.
Oh, there you go.
Along with Tyler Crockett and Carlson. And, Boss. He says they're inseparable. They're the knuckleheads.
Well, I've never played on a winning team that wasn't best friends.
That's right. They're a tight-knit group. There's a handoff right side, and this is a tackle for loss. It's going to be a loss of 1 on the play. And let's see what happened across the way to Tremble after the interception. He gets up. He gets friendly fired by his own teammate. Looks good here. I think it's a cramp. Yeah. Oh, forget that.
Oh, he got laid out by 56.
Pardon me.
No,
Chris
he still
Boyd.
looked fine.
Chris Boyd, the center. It's a cramp, and he comes over.
I bet you there's a wind knocked out of him.
You would forgive him if that's what happened.
Yeah.
I mean, Chris Boyd at 290 came up and smacked him in the midair.
Well, I've been rolling on the ground like that before, and it was trying to catch your wind.
Sure.
You know.
Either way. It looks like he's okay now, I think, which is good. 3rd and 11. Big play here. Harper Woods. Booth back to pass. Pocket breaks down, rolling right. Taishan Trent caught, first down. He needed 11. He got 13. And it's across the 30 to the 32.
What a great reception. He worked his way back to the ball, and that's what you want to see out of your wide receivers. If you flatten this route, it's going to be easy for the defender to get underneath it. But since he worked his way back, he was able to get in front of the defender, pull it down on the jump. Great catch.
Came back to the ball.
Yep, it's important.
It
really is.
Very important. I like what you said there. And it's important for a guy to just do that instinctually.
Yes.
And it looks like he does that. And if not, he was taught well. I'm sure both. 6:20 left. St. Mary's up 2 scores. They were going in for the game-sealing drive and threw the interception. Back-to-back turnovers. Throw it down the middle of the field. Back to Taishan Trent, and it's knocked down by Crockett, the safety. Also in coverage back there was Carlson, and a fine defensive play by that secondary led by Deontay Allen, who's like a proud papa, clapping his hands together at the 30.
And I bet you if you ask Tyler Crockett on that, he'd be a little disappointed that he didn't attack that ball when it was in the air. He kind of waited for it to get to him, and that could have been a pick. Look at, you can see him right now. He's frustrated with himself. But that's okay. That's okay.
Well, Frank Jano said, look, this kid has such high expectations of himself. Sometimes we got to watch him, but he really reads quarterbacks well, and tough, smart guy that loves challenges. And they said they really like him in cover 3. Handoff up the middle. Watch out. This is Tremble, who is healthy and back in there. This is good news for the Pioneers. And it's a gain of 8 on 2nd and long.
That was a nice gain right there on second down. It gives you a lot of options here on third down, especially with a passing team like they have. A little draw, get them up the middle, and that's worked well for them on several times. That's how they scored their touchdown. He didn't even get touched when they pulled that draw. So I'd keep that in my back pocket, but if I'm St. Mary's here, I'm watching for the long ball because this is where you take your shot.
All right. 3rd and 1. Pioneers on the move.
Handoff.
And the handoff is tackled and swallowed up all the way back to the 39. Loss of 2 on the play. Or do they get him at the line of scrimmage? Either way, it's 4th down, and what do you do, Mr. Day?
Well, I guess wrong on the last one. I thought they were going to air it out. On this, now you put yourself in a really awkward position because if you don't get this, you're giving St. Mary's the ball at the 40. I would go for the punt here. You're still in control of the game, but Harper Woods is an aggressive team, and they're going for it.
They are.
With a wing backfield.
Booth under center, and he turns and hands off to Stokes. Watch out, he could go. Stokes, 20, 10, 5, touchdown Pioneers. 61-yard touchdown run for number 6, who's headed to Morgantown. And this game just got a little bit more interesting, Stick.
And I love that call by the coach. I really do. You haven't run this power offense all game, and all of a sudden you go to punch St. Mary's in the mouth, and it worked.
61-yard touchdown. It's 21-14. Here comes the 2-point attempt, presumably so, by Harper Woods. Wow.
Quick strike. And on the ground, too.
Big 2-point conversion attempt coming here for Booth from the middle of the field. And a 7-point game. Booth looking right, got a man in the end zone, overshot him. Incomplete. We sit at a 7-point spread with 4:39 to go in the 3rd. Let's take a look back at this touchdown, Sam.
Yeah, you're looking at the power back, and then this is kind of a play out of St. Mary's. He runs behind 2 lead blockers, and nobody touches him.
Yep.
That's 2 touchdowns they've had tonight on the ground where the running back hasn't been touched, and both right up the middle.
So Harper Woods is in, and with 4:39 to go, it's a 1-touchdown game, 21-14.
Well, Harper Woods has to feel good about themselves, and I've said that a couple times, but they've shown that they can move the ball. They've shown that they can control the offense, and they've stopped St. Mary's on defense twice here in the second half, once on an interception, another one on their first drive. So momentum is kind of over on the Harper Woods side right now.
Yep.
This is a big response drive for St. Mary's right here.
Sure is. Rod Oden trying to lead his club to the playoffs for the 4th straight year. Oden's first year was their best 8-win season back in 2018. It's a school that was founded in 1951, and they've had just 17 winning seasons in those 70 years. And Oden has one of them. Taishan Trent to kick it. Yeah, he does everything. He was big on that drive with some clutch catches, and he'll kick it off from his own 40. Ruckhaber back along with a freshman Thomas.
And if you watch him, he's a gunner on the kickoff. Usually the kicker hangs back. Not this kicker.
Taken from the 9. Chubbs across the 30 to the 31 before he's knocked down and tackled securely by Sims. We want to thank our sponsor, the Lodge Grill and Bar on Orchard Lake Road in Kego Harbor, just up the street. We had some delicious food from the Lodge.
Cajun chicken sandwich, absolutely phenomenal.
Wonderful. I had the patty melt. It was amazing. The Monte Cristo we heard was phenomenal. I think Travis had the most expensive menu item they could find.
What did he get?
He got like, I don't know, chicken caviar or something. They had like caviar inside the chicken. Chicken Mackinac.
Oh,
Thank you, Travis.
Good. That is good.
4 minutes left. There's a tackle for loss or maybe a short gain. No, I signed him up for it. He was going for something cheaper, and I said, you know what?
You know what?
He's our producer. We got to make sure he's taken care of. We also got to make sure we take care of Alex Westfall, your producer and technical director tonight, as we get another look at this play.
Yeah, trying the power run game, no one took care of the outside contain, and he was just able to shoot down the line of scrimmage and blow that play up. I mean, Tremble has been all over the place this game.
We thank Greg Miller and the fine folks at the Lodge. We also thank Kelly Elpert. 3:24 left. St. Mary's by 7. 90 now, throw left side, and a tackle for loss there to swallow it up. And Ruckhaber is chopped down, and that's number 52. That's Demano Ferris. And look at that. The defensive momentum has changed this. And I tell you what, Coach Mike Booker's getting his sideline lit.
What a great play by the defensive tackle. He realizes that it's going to be a screen, and look, they throw it pretty much, and he runs right into him. That's a dream tackle for loss as a defensive tackle.
Demano Ferris, my goodness.
You see the coach celebrating. Yep, I called that. I called that.
Yeah, Book's got him going. Everybody. Sean Klaus wrote a book. This guy is a book. The book. Roll right. Layden looking downfield for Temple, and caught. Is he in bounds? Yes, he is in bounds at the 44-yard line. D.C. Temple with a snatch at the 44. How about this catch? Late into Temple, and he makes up for that other one on the near sideline.
It looks like he lost the ball when he went out of bounds, but his back was to the field umpire, so they couldn't see it. But great timing on this. But watch and see if the ball comes out.
Maybe. No instant replay.
Sometimes you're better to be lucky than good, you know.
Yeah, Rod Oden called a timeout to get a better look. We got the look you need, Coach, but there's no instant replay. But we've got instant replay, and we'll show it to you here.
Yeah, when I saw it in real time, I could see the ball hit the ground. He high points it. That's great. But going to the ground.
I think he's out, yeah. But I tell you what, that's a lot closer than I thought. He caught it, pulled it in, took it to the ground. And there are some variants there that
the Calvin Johnson rule.
Yes, yes. Yeah, let's get a little frame by frame.
And while you're watching this
Alex
replay, watch the official and how far down the sideline he is. And, you know, when he falls, his back's to the officials. There's no way the official can see this.
Yeah, you see Temple go up. What a catch either. I mean, the effort in the play is phenomenal either way. He goes over Oden, brings it down. The foot is out. Yeah, the foot's out and the ball's out.
But the player was laying on the ground, so the umpire couldn't see the foot.
Sure,
the line judge.
This is how tough it is.
Right.
Our officials have done really a phenomenal job tonight. I'm not just saying that. I know it's cliche, but they've been phenomenal. No argument from either coach. Well,
I don't
they
think
don't
you
have
see
the
one
shot
from the
we
St.
have.
Mary's sideline.
We won't. Yeah. So here we go. It's a catch. It's a first down. The ball's at the 45. 2:28 left. Third down. Layden, inside give. Tommy Boss powers his way up the middle. It's a gain of 5 to the 39.
Man, what a huge momentum play that was. Even if it wasn't an actual reception, the fact that they were able to convert, and, you know, that happens. But, man, St. Mary's was looking on their heels on that last drive, especially after getting scored on. And to complete that and keep this drive alive, you're feeling much better.
Well, Braden Layden has played a fine game, and DC Temple and this receiving crew has played a fine game as well. Double tight formation. Handoff right side. Ruckhaber cuts inside of the 40, and he is thrown down before he got to the 36. It'll be a gain of 3. It'll set up 3rd and 1 with 1:40 left in the third quarter.
I love the way Taishan Trent plays football. I do. He's big. He's physical. You saw him on the play a couple drives ago, breaking multiple tackles in there. Just a nice form tackle. The old stick lock lift. Remember that?
That's powerful. He came over from East Point. He was a Shamrock last year, transferred in the offseason. Not far from Harper Woods to East Point. We'll have an update from Joey coming up at the end of the third quarter. Double tight formation on 3rd and short for St. Mary's from the right hash. Tommy Boss has a first down. He needed about a yard. He got 2. And with 60 seconds left in this quarter stick, St. Mary's up by a score.
Yeah, Daniel Perry had a shot right there to stop him in the backfield, but he was able to hit him with the old 1-2 sidestep and get enough yards for that first down. It was a great run. And it's interesting to say that on a 3-yard run. You know, I used to say that about Barry Sanders. Like, what a great run. And the guy made 2 yards, but he avoided 8 people on the tackle.
That's right. Style points. Clock rolling. We're under 40 seconds. Double tight formation. For offensive coordinator Don Buchanan in his 28th year. Turn, give, Boyle, and nowhere to go. Boyle is stuffed and stopped right at that maroon front, which is really stout, and led that time by Carmelo Hunter, the nose guard.
Yeah, it looks like St. Mary's is pretty content running this ball now to shorten the game in the second half.
4 fingers are in the air. Elijah Brown, the lead back on that, the lead tackler. All right, time has expired in the third. St. Mary's on the march, and a second down when we come back. The Eaglets lead it, trying to get to 3-0 and give George Porritt career win number 275. Harper Woods 14, St. Mary's 21. We're back after this.
My dad and my grandfather are officials. I've grown up around officials and seeing how much they enjoy being part of the games. As a student athlete, I've always appreciated the people out there who are willing to give back to the kids. The Legacy program lets me officiate while I'm still in high school, working younger kids' games. Officiating gives me a better understanding of the game. I get to make some pretty good money for a high school kid, and I even get to spend some quality time with my dad. There's help wanted. Just whistle.
What a game it has been at Orchard Lake St. Mary's. And I'm here with some hoopers. We got to get the basketball squad out here because that's what I love is you both and a couple other players out here showing support. Javon Hanna and Kareem Rozier. You committed to Western Michigan officially, huh?
Yes, sir. I just committed about a month ago.
Congratulations to you. And for you, sir?
I haven't committed yet, man, but I'm getting a lot of interest from a lot of schools. So we just got to wait and see.
We wish you the best of luck. What does it mean to you guys, seeing the Orchard Lake St. Mary's student section out here in such full force like this?
Man, it feels great because I know what it's going to be like for basketball season. So.
Yes, sir. Here we go. Back to the field. Let's go, St. Mary's.
All right, thanks so much, Joey Radio. Appreciate that. Layden back to pass, looking in zone, looking right side. Incomplete. It'll be 3rd and 10. St. Mary's went for the end zone shot again. This time, were they looking down there too? They're looking for the freshman Thomas, and it's incomplete. Good to see the Hoopers getting into it with Joey. Javon Hanna headed to be a Bronco, Western Michigan.
Yeah, and Kareem Rozier is such an impressive young man.
Well, yeah.
We were a part of the Let Them Play rally in Lansing, and Kareem Rozier spoke, and just the way he speaks and how well he carries himself, you could tell he's a leader.
He is a leader. He's a phenomenal young man, great athlete. Did get offers from Toledo and Duquesne a couple weeks ago, and more are coming, trust me. There's a timeout on the field. We'll take it with them. 11:55 to go here in the fourth quarter. St. Mary's in a big 3rd down. When we come back, they're up by 7.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 300,000 participants here in Michigan who take part in high school sports.
Welcome back. Orchard Lake St. Mary's leads it 21-14 on our Week 3 Friday night clash. While we have a moment, we do want to pass along our condolences. Shirley Simon passed away last Saturday, the grandmother of Orchard Lake St. Mary's 2011 grad Albert Karshnia, and Orchard Lake St. Mary's associate head basketball coach Len Karshnia, who's the team statistician. Shirley passed away last Saturday, and condolences to her daughter Michelle, Albert and Veronica's mother, and Len's wife. Great supporters of this school and program. Shirley Simon won't ever be forgotten. Back to the action. St. Mary's is sacked on 3rd and 10, and that's back to the 38-yard line.
Yeah, Christian Stokes making a huge play there. But I also like that play out of St. Mary's quarterback. You don't want to force this right now. You have the lead. You're in their territory. You don't need to make a play. You can rely on your defense, but what a great sack.
How about Stokes tonight? Touchdown. Touchdowns, plural. There's a kick that's going to hit inside the 10. And how about it? Nice kick by the young man, Noah Audia, who was much improved in week 2 at Hudsonville. And Audia with a nice punt. You want to get it inside the 10. And the young man, Audia, did just that.
Yeah, it was interesting. He's got like kind of a drop kick to it, too. Most people hold it out in front of him. He let that ball almost hit the ground.
There is a flag on the field. It is on Harper Woods. It's illegal participation. And so this thing's going to go back. Look at this punt.
Is that an automatic first down?
I believe.
By the St. Mary's sidelines, it looks like it is.
It is. I think it is. Wow, it is a first down St. Mary's.
Wow, what a huge
Too many men
mistake.
on the field. Wow. 12 men on the field. We'll try to get another look at that, but St. Mary's has a first down, automatic first down.
I think it's a 10-yard penalty, and they were right at it maybe for the first down, or I don't know if it's an automatic first down. But either way, another break for St. Mary's in the second half, and they need to take advantage of it here. Looks like 53's coming back out on the field for Harper Woods with a little limp on him. Denning, Tariq Denning.
Yeah, he's one of their best up front. Denning, defensive end, a guy that's got offers from Wayne State, Findlay, others. Guy that really is their leader. Double tight St. Mary's football. The 22 after the costly penalty. Cannon with a couple off the right side, but clock is running. St. Mary's up just one score. This looks a lot like the Oak Park game, doesn't it?
A little bit, but now we were just talking about him limping onto the field. Denning is down, and I don't know if that was by design to run right at him. If it is, great coaching. If you see a weakness in a defense, you run right at it. But unfortunately, now he's down for this play.
While we have a moment, we want to talk about what's going on on campus here at St. Mary's. Out of the tutelage of the Orchard Lake folks, Todd Covert, Bob Piles, and all the wonderful folks that have laid the groundwork for this. How about this new classroom building on the shores of Orchard Lake, Stick?
It looks beautiful, and to put it right next to a building that was built in the 1800s when it was the Michigan Military Academy, and then you have this brand new building. I'm glad they didn't go modern with it. They went brick, and it's going to look nice on campus.
A little twist to contemporary inside, a little bit of on the inside, and it's going to be a nice common area for the girls and the boys. Of course, the girls were added last year.
And that's why the student section has doubled in size.
The student section has doubled inside. And they're holding in anticipation now. Player down due to cramps, it looks. St. Mary's up by a touchdown, 10:57 to go. The Week 3 Friday night clash continues from OLSM. We're back in 30 seconds. This is the Prep.
Make sure you download the Woodward Sports app in the App Store and the Google Play Store today. Take Woodward Sports with you wherever you go and listen live on your phone or mobile device.
Welcome back. 2nd and 7 for St. Mary's from the 19 of Harper Woods. Turn left, give Boyle, who's been quiet since that 86-yard run in the first series, Stick. How about that Harper Woods defensive front? They've really been stout, especially in the second half, limiting St. Mary's rushing the football.
Yeah, and what I keep looking at while I'm watching these plays is turning them back inside, because St. Mary's, I keep feeling, has the edge if they want to go for it. But you see, once again, Jacob Oden sealing his edge, turning the runner back inside and letting the big guys make the play. It's textbook defense if you want to shut down St. Mary's.
So St. Mary's on the move. Big 3rd and 4 from the 17. Big rusher tonight is Boyle. He has 112 yards on the ground. And St. Mary's has 189 yards on the ground as a team. 3rd and 4, handoff left side. This is Boyle behind a block, and he's knocked down short of the first down. He's about a yard and maybe and a half, yard and a half short. And what do you do here? St. Mary's does have a kicker that made the 23-yarder, Ryan Kirk, back last week against Hudsonville.
Hey, I don't see the kicker coming out on the field, but that would be my play. You want to go up 2 scores here. There's 9 minutes left in the game. The clock is running. But it looks like St. Mary's trusts their offense, trusts their quarterback, and George Port's going for it.
4th and 1 for St. Mary's. And it does look like they're going for it. You watch the hard count.
I was just going to say that. Do you do the hard count just to try to get them off?
If you're Harper Woods, you got to watch it. Double tight. Layden on a 4th and 2 or 1. Handoff. Cannon has it through the middle. Touchdown, Eaglets! Jordan Cannon! 4th touchdown of the year and his 2nd of the game. And the Eaglets lead it 27-14.
That is trust in your offensive line and trust in your play calling. And you know what that looked like? It looked like Harper Woods. That's exactly what it looked like. A run right up the middle, nobody touches you, 2 lead blockers, and a touchdown. That's how Harper Woods scored twice tonight. Now St. Mary's kind of gives it back to him.
14-yard touchdown run for Jordan Cannon, his 2nd of the game. He opened the scoring, and with 9:10 to go, he puts his team up by 2 scores.
He just looks like a football player. Like the way he wears his uniform, you know, some guys just, they're like, okay, that's a football player.
Weymouth holds it, and Kirk pops it through. 28-14 on the Jordan Cannon senior captain touchdown run. Nothing sexy, just that wishbone, and blown open by that right side, which has been so reliable stick for St. Mary's this year.
But how did he get through that crease? That's what I'm asking. Charles Collins blocking. You got Whalen and Rounds holding down that right side. And if you're Coach Port, obviously that's where his confidence is to go for it on 4th and 2 right there to make it happen.
28-14. St. Mary's has rushed their way to over 200 yards in this game. On 25 carries, that has been the difference. They've been able to get some big pops. Yeah, Harper Woods has stopped them for 1, 2, 3 yards, but St. Mary's has had the big burst plays in the run game and unexpectedly in the pass game today.
Yeah, the passing has really been impressive for St. Mary's. It's evolved since week 1. You know, we were here week 1, and it was not at that level.
Ramonte House to take it from his own 8-yard line. Has some running room to the 30. Watch out, 40. Flag down up to the 50. Tackled by the kicker, Ryan Kirk. But there is a flag down, and this thing's coming back. It's holding on Harper Woods.
But Taishan Trent, once again, showing you what kind of athlete he is. That block that he threw flattened the St. Mary's kid. Unfortunately, this is coming back, but man, if I'm Trent, I'm putting that on one of my highlight reels and sending it out. What a great block.
Yeah, and a guy that's willing to play on special teams.
Right.
I mean, that alone is a star player. I mean,
he's your star player, and he's willing to put his body on the line on special teams. Like, those are the guys, like, that's how you build a great culture. Look at him come out. Boom.
Yeah, Ramonte House with a nice return thanks to the solid blocking. And Ryan Kirk, give him some love. Anytime a kicker makes a tackle, including maybe a touchdown-saving tackle, you got to give him some love. How about T. Kirk?
Yeah, and if you're on the sideline for Harper Woods, you're giving your guy a little bit of a nudge, too, saying, hey, you can't get tackled by the kicker.
9 minutes left. 9 minutes left in this one. Harper Woods in a must-score possession. 28-14, they're on top. Motion left to right. The give is to Stokes up the middle. He has a healthy gain, 10 yards and more. Across his feet to the 50, to the 40, to the 35. They may never get him up to the 20-yard line before he's forced out of bounds by Carlson. But how about that gain inside the 20? Red zone time, just like that for Harper Woods.
Once again, a draw right up the middle kind of just gets St. Mary's. They have nobody in the middle to make sure that he can't break that big run. And once this kid gets into open space, it's tough to bring him down. Great pursuit right there by Carlson.
50-yard run on the play.
Well, that's how you get back into the game quick.
3 wide receivers to the right. They'll check Jacob Oden slot right.
The Taishan Trent time?
Taishan Trent, the bottom of your screen on the right. Vinnie Booth in the shotgun left hash. St. Mary's by 2 touchdowns in their own crib. Booth looking end zone, got a man incomplete. Great coverage that time by Bohenick. They were trying to find number 11, Willie Deal.
Yeah, Bohenick was with him step for step right there. That had to be a great throw for that to be a completion. Good defense.
Talk about the passing yards tonight. Harper Woods with 123. St. Mary's with 86. That's a margin that you didn't expect to be such a slim margin.
Now, you see, if that ball is in front of him, leading him in low, that's a catchable ball. And that's where, like, the Tom Brady's and the Aaron Rodgers of the world have made their living, keeping that ball down and away from the defender.
Yep. 5 catches for Patterson to lead the way for this crew tonight. 3 for Willie Deal. 2nd and 10 from the 19 of St. Mary's. Vinnie, all kinds of time, looking left, and he is popped, and the ball's loose. That is Owen Teichner, one of the defensive backs, and he is an emotional leader for this team and a big play guy, and Ramonte House might have got the wind knocked out of him.
Yeah, you're seeing both 15s for both teams hitting hard tonight and playing fast.
That's right. Timeout on the field, 8:41 to go. St. Mary's up 2 scores. We're back to Orchard Lake after this in the Friday night clash.
Man! Uh-oh! Carmen's falling behind. Let's give her the hiss of shame.
Don't ride the bike of shame. Get tons of equipment and free fitness training. Join today for just $10 a month.
Make sure you download the Woodward Sports app in the App Store and the Google Play Store today. Take Woodward Sports with you wherever you go and listen live on your phone or mobile device.
Well, how about one of the assistant coaches for St. Mary's, 30-year assistant Sean Klaus, who graduated from Orchard Lake St. Mary's back in the mid-'80s, went to Michigan State, and while he was there, he was working on a book that he didn't know he was working on at the time, but he promised his mother before her dying days that he would write a book.
Wow.
And during COVID, he did so, and it's a nice book. I've purchased it. I've started to read it. I'm not done with it. I'm a slow reader. Be patient with me. But Walk On But Never Alone by Sean Klaus, the offensive line coach for Orchard Lake St. Mary's and defensive line coach. He's been a teacher here. He's worked in the dorms. He's coached both of us.
Yes. And his brother Tim was my freshman coach, and Sean Klaus was my earth science coach or earth science teacher.
Sure.
And just a great guy, humble guy. He loves his kids. He loves football, and Klaus has been nothing but a stand-up man the entire time I've known him.
Yeah, and his book is Walk On But Never Alone, an untold narrative of a lonely college football walk-on. And Klaus was a walk-on and made the use of his time. And we commend Sean Klaus's book. Check it out. It's online, and you can get it through Amazon et al.
And it's on sale on Kindle right now, too.
Yes.
There you go.
You're his agent, aren't you?
I will be.
All right.
If Klaus is writing books, I'll be his agent.
I heard it's selling. I bought it at the St. Mary's bookstore. I know you can buy it other places. But anyway, Sean Klaus, one of the greats and part of that longevity at St. Mary's. An outstanding human being and line coach. All right. Vinnie Booth back to pass left hash, looking near the end zone, incomplete. It's a 4th and 10, and it's obviously 4-down territory here for Harper Woods.
Yeah, and it's interesting. Ever since they got to the 20-yard line, they've kind of abandoned the run and just taken end zone shot after end zone shot after end zone shot, which is fine, but what got you here was running the ball right up the middle.
That's right. St. Mary's will have Detroit Loyola in the house, fellow Catholic League members, for homecoming next week. Meanwhile, Harper Woods is at Pontiac Notre Dame Prep, former members of the Catholic League. They left, did not want to play Brother Rice.
And they didn't want to play anymore.
They've lived happily ever after.
Yeah.
They're doing good things over there. Back to pass, 4th and 10. This could be the ball game, and it's tipped in the air and incomplete. Oh, the tip.
That had big play written all over it, too. That was a great play call because you know St. Mary's is going to be aggressive because you think they're going for the end zone. But DC Temple being all 6'6", putting those arms in the air dang near 9 feet. That was a great, great defensive play right there.
Oh, DC Temple getting better as a football player by the game and by the play. Just 3 years of playing football. He's raw, and Central Michigan's getting a steal. And DC Temple, who committed a couple months ago and will be a Chippewa, fire up.
Kind of a little J.J. Watt mentality right there. Go to Central, you know, get your feet under you, get your strength, and then next thing you know, you transfer to the Big Ten, and there you go.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Not to slight Central's program
at all. I don't know
but
if Albert Karshia is going to be happy about your progression plan, but I'm sure it's a compliment to what DC Temple's about to do.
Yes.
Albert Karshia, a 2011 grad of Orchard Lake St. Mary's, is the director of personnel at CMU. He's the son of St. Mary's legend Len Karshia. And we told you before about the passing of his grandmother, but Karshia is a rising executive in college football, and that could go on to college or pro, but he's one of St. Mary's proud sons, and he's doing great things in Mount Pleasant. And they got a nice thing going. They almost beat Missouri last week down in Missouri. 7:50 to go here in the fourth. 2-touchdown lead for St. Mary's. And on 2nd and 7, 3 yards in a cloud of dust continues for George Port's offense. Keep that clock running and give us a 3rd and short. Tommy Boss gets fed this time.
Yeah, this is where St. Mary's gets really tough because as we've talked about, their bread and butter is just running the ball, dragging the clock. They have a 2-score lead, 7 minutes left. So you're thinking if you're Harper Woods, you're going to be lucky to get 1 possession, let alone 2. So they need to get a turnover here, and they need to cause some disruption.
St. Mary's in a 3rd and 2. They got Harper Woods right where they want them, and now they got an even better scenario. Offsides is Elijah Brown, the center 3 technique. St. Mary's gets a 1st down at the 7-minute mark using their heads.
Yeah, St. Mary's, I mean, you can't give them a free 1st down like that because you're essentially giving them, what, another 3-4 minutes off the clock? So you're really putting yourself into it.
Clock rolling, 1:10, or excuse me, 1st and 10 at the 32. Double tight. St. Mary's, by the way, will play 4 of their first 6 games at home here at Molesky Field. There's a handoff give on 1st and 10, and they're going to feed Tommy Boss. Boss has gotten some less carries. They really have grown to rely on him defensively. That's his 5th carry, make it his 6th carry of the game. And he's averaging 5 yards a pop. But the guy carrying the loaf tonight, Aiden Boyle, 9 carries for 116 yards. That's 13 yards a carry. That 85-yarder helped his average out a lot, but hey, he's done the job.
85 yards, 1 carry, kind of helps you.
Yep. Ball's loose on the deck and recovered by Harper Woods. Aiden Boyle coughs up that pill on the red turf, and it's turnover time for Harper Woods. They've coughed it up twice. They'll get one back here with this forced fumble. How about it?
And that is exactly what you did not want to happen if you're Orchard Lake St. Mary's, and exactly what you wanted to happen if you're Harper Woods. Hartsfield laying on that, getting the turnover, and just an amazing turn of events because now they're actually back in the game, Chad.
That's right.
You know, we were talking about how St. Mary's could run out the clock almost down to the 2 minutes, but now with this high-powered offense, they could score with 5:30 left, and we got a game.
Yeah, we got to give props to Willie Powell, the sophomore linebacker, who's a beast, who forced that fumble. So here we go. Vinnie Booth turns, gives Stokes, bouncing outside, back inside, back to the line of scrimmage, gain of 0. And with 5:40 left, St. Mary's up 2 scores. Harper Woods has to work quick here, Stick, with their air attack.
Yeah, I was surprised to see them come out with that draw, but it's worked really well for them all game, so why not at least give it a go on your first play? But expect them to open up.
Charlie Collins fighting off that double team.
He's had a big game today.
He is, I mean, Charlie's about 5'11". If this kid's 6'2", we're talking power 5. Right on. Handoff up the middle, Stokes. He's going to have 5, and George Port and Frank Janos are really happy to give up 5 yards with a running clock. Rod Oden's got to think about putting this thing to the air.
The clock has stopped. We have a timeout.
Yeah, substitution. Joe Janda's helmet came off.
Okay.
And St. Mary's will check into the lineup Skylar Bonner, the sophomore reserve linebacker.
That helps Harper Woods a little bit.
It does. He's going to be trusted in coverage here. 3rd down and 5 to go from the 33-yard line. Booth from the right hash. Looking left, has time, looks end zone. Incomplete, broken up by Bohemic, who will flex on that play. Broken up post pattern. That's a nice PBU.
What tremendous athleticism we've seen out of him all night long. And not only has he broken up plays in the middle of the field, but to break up that play in the end zone. And I thought this was going to be a touchdown.
Yeah, they tried to sucker him into the 90 now pass in the left hash.
Yeah, Patterson had a step on him, but this is kind of what we were talking about earlier. See how he kept the angle going towards?
Yes.
He didn't flatten out. If he flattens out and goes in front of the defender, that was a touchdown.
Much like a center fielder going to the ball in baseball.
Yep.
A wide receiver's route can really dictate what happens.
If he flattens that route, it's a touchdown.
That's right. 4th and 5. This could be it for Harper Woods. They're down 2 scores from the 33. Booth looking right, got a man caught, nearly intercepted, and now incomplete. Nearly intercepted by Carlson. Trent had it, but he was out of bounds. Not enough room. Turnover on downs for the 3rd time tonight. Stand up OLSM defense.
I think Carlson's eyes got about this big when he saw all that red in front of him and nobody around him. He just didn't catch the ball. That was possibly a pick 6.
Let's get another look at this. A couple possessions, a couple times. Vinnie had his right guy.
Oh, yeah.
Jumped the route, and didn't matter if Trent caught it, dropped it. It was going back to St. Mary's either way. So here they have it with 4:28 to go. It looks like a secure lead. Doubling up the Harper Woods Pioneers of the Metro Conference, comprised of 6 public schools and 4 charter schools. Harper Woods will move to the OAA next year, Stick. And interesting that they moved from Harper Woods,
right,
which is in which county?
I believe Wayne.
Yes.
Yep.
And they're going to which county conference?
The Oakland Athletic.
Yes.
Yes.
And can you explain this? How did Mr. Oden pull this coup?
I like it though because they've had trouble scheduling games, and you know you want your built-in schedule. You don't want to have to travel all over, play these random teams, and you know what's in the name, right? The Big Ten has more than 10 players.
That's right, and you have to give Harper Woods credit. They are almost an honorary member of the Central Division. They were scheduled to play St. Mary's last year, but the COVID schedule forced that game to be postponed. It was never played, and so this is the first meeting all time between these two schools as we get a look at that last pass play. Nearly picked, and then great concentration by Trent, but out of bounds. And the Eaglets got it back, and here they are.
That could have been a catch, but like you said, I don't think it was enough for a first down regardless.
No. So OAA, and they'll play, perhaps there's rumors that the OAA North, or the white or the blue is a good fit. St. Mary's handoff up the middle with 3:10 to go, in control, up 2 scores on Harper Woods, who came in 2-0. St. Mary's is looking pretty good to get into homecoming next Friday night here at Molesky Field. Going 3-0, undefeated against Loyola.
Yeah, and we found out who's a big fan of Loyola when we did the Loyola playoff game this year. George Blaha, which was amazing. Yeah, last year.
Actually, it was this year.
Yeah, it was January, wasn't it?
It was in January.
Yeah, Playoffs got a little wonky this year with COVID.
St. Mary's will take on De La Salle after their homecoming matchup next week at home. They'll hit the road for the first time and go to Tom Adams Field. Handoff left side, and here we go. Boyle to the 10-5. They'll never get him. Touchdown, Eaglets. There is a flag down, and we'll have to take a look here. I think it's coming back.
Looks like holding.
Yep, it is. And it negates a 52-yard touchdown run for Aiden Boyle that would have added to his gaudy total already.
It's a nice look at the run. We'll see if we can see the hold and where it was.
Yeah.
Couldn't see it on that replay.
Thought it was on whoever was blocking number 42, I thought got the hold appropriately enough. So back it goes. So back to St. Mary's schedule, if we can take a look at that again. It's Loyola next week for homecoming. And then the big test against De La Salle, who is ranked in our top 10 and Scott Bernstein's Prep top 25.
Yeah, that'll be a nice game.
And St. Mary's then gets into the Central Division. They'll take on Brother Rice in our Week 6 battle. We'll do one more St. Mary's game.
Yeah, and that's going to be an interesting game for Joey because Joey went to Brother Rice, I went to St. Mary's, and it's always we'll have a little wager going in on that game.
Yes, it is. Boyle is across the 45 to the 49. Let's take another look at this holding call stick on that 52-yard touchdown for the moment.
On the pulling guard.
Yeah. Joe Janda. Yeah, tough call. Tough call.
Must have grabbed some jersey on the inside that we couldn't see from that angle.
Sure. Crowd getting excited. .159 left. George Port having a word with his junior quarterback, Braden Layden. Port, a former quarterback himself at Clarkston High School.
Yep.
Where he was a star in football, basketball, and baseball. Played with Steve Howe in baseball, former top pick, Major League Baseball. Port would go on to play at Hillsdale, where he's in their Hall of Fame. Port was a quarterback, had a great 4 years at Hillsdale.
I would love to see some old film on Port.
Now, did he ever run the option as the scout team quarterback?
Did he ever?
I mean, he was sneaky quick.
Yeah.
You could see the burst, I mean, even into his 40s when he was.
And he'd light you up with a blocking pad, too, from time to time.
Oh, he'd explode into that pad.
Yes.
Like nobody's business.
And it's so unassuming.
Yeah, no, a lot of power. He played for Dan Fife, his mentor at Clarkston back in high school. Port coached initially at Clarkston High School, his alma mater. And he's on his way to winning game number 275 as we get a look at Deontay Allen, one of Port's former players.
He was fun to watch, too.
Oh, 2008 grad,
Yeah.
Florida State, Ohio State. Came over from China last year where he was teaching young men football.
Yeah, you want to talk about speed? Deontay Allen had speed.
Burning speed. Rod Oden earlier this week had some nice things to say about George Port, talking about him being a Hall of Famer, one of the best coaches in the state, honored his state titles. And he says, I've just been watching from afar and the longevity that he has. You just know that he's done things the right way. And he's a heck of a leader of young men. And Oden knows that well. It was a classy comment from Rod Oden, and that says a lot. He's lost to Port twice in his career, once at Crockett, once at East Village, but he's got Rod Oden's respect, and that means something.
Yeah, it definitely does. When you have the respect of your peers, not only the kids that you coach, obviously you want their respect. The respect of your peers and acknowledging how you are raising these young men and how you're offering them more than just football. Because that's what it's really all about. It's more than just football. Because like I said earlier, I was not a big part of the team at all. But the life lessons I took out of Coach Port and the way he talked and the way he just expressed how you need to operate day by day.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, the discipline.
Yep.
He was a master of that, amongst many other things. 4th and 4, St. Mary's will punt. And Audia hangs one high and nice spiral. It's going to roll inside the 10, down to the goal line. And did they get that thing on the 1?
36 was in the end zone when he touched it.
Oh, man. Good hustle down there. Oh, the Eaglet. The Eaglet thought there were some things. We get a look at Chad Abule down there.
Oh,
Holly
good.
Abule.
Good to see Chad.
Oakland County Sheriff. Chad graduated with me in '94. And good to see Chad down there serving the county, one of his finest. Several nephews, and of course the great Jack LeBlanc is his grandfather, the founder of the St. Mary's rowing program. 52 seconds left. Harper Woods football. Harper Woods, we mentioned they'll take on Pontiac Notre Dame Prep next week. They're 2-0. And Pontiac Notre Dame Prep is playing Loyola tonight, St. Mary's opponent, next Friday night. Here we go, 52 seconds left before we put a bow on this show. St. Mary's up 2 touchdowns. They've limited an offense in Harper Woods that came in averaging 56 points a game to just 14. There's a throw downfield, and that ball is up, and that ball is caught at the 25-yard line. There's a flag down back at the line of scrimmage, and this thing is indeed coming back. But we've had some big plays called back tonight.
Yeah, Justin Johnson, the lineman for Harper Woods, he had a pancake block there and just kind of laid on his guy. So I'm not sure if that's what they were calling, but
yep,
that's who it's on. Oh, they're picking it up.
Oh,
they're waving the flag off.
Oh, all right. They're going to pick that up. You're going to give our statistician, Jamie Janssen, a headache. Jamie says, wait a minute.
I just deleted that pass.
Just deleted that pass. By the way, I want to thank our fine crew tonight. Great crew.
Awesome crew.
We got James Ferris on videography, Julia Pisano on photography, Steve Rhoda high above the end zone on camera, Chase Kaufman on camera, Rob Sarna also on camera with us to our right, Kyle Buchanan. Back to pass. Vinny's got a Taishan Trent completion to the 18. That'll be a gain of about 8 yards with 31 seconds left and time winding down for Harper Woods. Want to thank Evan Westfall. On scoreboard, Ali Hadi. Pat Bush on stats, Jamie Janssen on stats, also your associate producer tonight. Travis Childress, your co-producer and also on graphics. Alex Westfall, your technical producer and co-producer tonight. Joey Nemu on sidelines, and my partner Sam Stick Day to my left. My name's Chad Bush. It's been a great Week 3 Friday Night Clash. Thank you for being a part of it. Booth on a 2nd and 3, rolling right, 2 wide, near side. And Harper Woods, hey, look, this is a team in Division III Stick that's going to have a lot of weapons. Time to credit this St. Mary's defense, I guess, that gave up just 2 touchdowns tonight and caused a couple turnovers. This offense averaged 56.5 points per game.
Yeah, and some of the schemes that St. Mary's was running, when I was looking at them, it really didn't make sense. They would have 2 guys guarding 3, but they were able to pull back and contain. That's what they did. They just contained all night.
The upcoming schedule for Harper Woods, the Pioneers will take on Notre Dame Prep, as we told you, next week. Then Country Day. Yeah, Rod Oden shies away from nobody. They'll keep playing teams in the Catholic League Central Division. Says we got to schedule 5-6 games a year. It's miserable. Nobody wants to play us. They're a small Class A Division III. There's a tackle for loss by Janda, along with his brother. That's the Janda sandwich.
Looks like Stokes is down now, though.
Joe and Josh. You ever had a Janda sandwich?
Can't say I have.
There is a man down, and with that.
Peppermenti Brothers.
Yeah, let's get him on as a sponsor. You got all these sponsors for us now. We
Listen,
got some
the
targets.
best sandwich I've had today is from the Lodge by far.
Yeah?
Yeah.
And what sandwich again did you have?
I had that Cajun chicken with the bacon on it, little cheese on it.
Greg Miller's been making that for about 30 years up there.
He's perfected it.
Christian Stokes is walking off under his own power. There's 2 seconds left. This game's about to expire. It's 4th and 3. There's going to be 1 play left.
So what do you do here if you're Harper? Oh, they reset the clock. There's 20 left.
Oh, okay.
So I was going to say, with 3 seconds left, what do? You take the knee and just kind of concede, or,
I think no. I think you go for it. It's a play to practice, right? You get one play left, you go, you run your play. And let's be honest, 28-22 or 21 sounds a lot better in the newspaper than 28-14.
It definitely looks better.
It looks better. We'll know the story. It was a dominant St. Mary's effort in this game.
It was and it wasn't. That's what's so interesting about the game that we watched tonight, because Harper Woods dominated. I mean, look at how many yards they put up. If we were going by yards, Harper Woods was right in this with St. Mary's.
It's true.
But the scoreboard's the difference.
That's right. Harper Woods with 15 first downs in this game to just 13 for St. Mary's, to your point. 4th and 3. 3 to the left for Booth from the right hash. Looking left, got a man drop. That's Jacob Oden, and that's the ball game. With 17 seconds left, St. Mary's will get the football back, and they will go to 3-0, and Harper Woods will fall to 2-1 as our Friday Night Clash Week 3 episode nears conclusion.
Well, St. Mary's going to come out in the victory formation and wrap this thing up.
Next week, we're at Macomb, Dakota.
That is going to be a game, my friend.
Yes, sir. The #1 team in our Prep Top 25, as this crowd's getting some love from the football team. Oh, look at that, some bare belly.
Yeah, who is 65? Harrison Brown is doing the, what is it, the truffle shuffle?
The jelly roll. You call it what you want. He's excited.
Yeah. He's getting the fans excited.
As time winds down to Molesky Field.
Good win tonight for Orchard Lake St. Mary's. Harper Woods has weapons. This is a team that's filled with some D1 athletes, some D2 athletes. This was not an easy game.
St. Mary's defense stood up. The offense did enough. And statistically, my partner is 100% correct. Harper Woods outplayed St. Mary's, and they did outgain them statistically, 355 yards to 294. But a lot of the big plays for St. Mary's happened in opportune times.
I think, honestly, the main drive of this game was the first drive of this game. For Harper Woods to control the ball the entire first quarter, work the way down from pretty much the 20 all the way inside the 5-yard line, and to come up empty. That was kind of the tone setter of the game and kind of indicative of what was going to happen, because they gained 90 yards, but you had no touchdown.
Yeah. Big statement there. St. Mary's would punch it in. We've got a recap of this one. We'll come back to Molesky Field, where St. Mary's has gone to 3-0. Harper Woods falls to 2-1. A lot more to come from them. A lot more to come from the Prep postgame right after this. The Eaglets 28, the Pioneers 14. We're back after this.
Uh-oh! Carmen's falling behind. Let's give her the hiss of shame.
Don't ride the bike of shame. Get tons of equipment and free fitness training. Join today for just $10 a month.
As the voice of Michigan student athletes, the Student Advisory Council's role
is to convey the message of how high school sports are supposed to be played.
We are responsible for helping the MHSAA maintain a positive and healthy atmosphere
so the interscholastic athletes may thrive.
We believe athletes should be competitive,
sportsmanlike, and excel academically.
We believe students in the stands should have fun,
but not take the focus away from the game.
We believe coaches should act as teachers,
helping student athletes develop while still keeping high school sports in perspective.
We believe that parents should always be positive role models
and be supportive of their child's decision.
We believe officials commit their own time to high school sports,
and respect should always be shown and given to them.
The most important goal for student athletes is to enjoy high school sports,
but keeping a high level of respect between all those involved in the games.
Enjoy the game!
There's just one place where students are students first, and athletics are played with purpose and perspective. That place is your local high school. High school sports offer more than the joy of competition. Studies show that student athletes are also likely to enjoy greater levels of achievement in other areas of their lives, including academics. High school sports, a winning part of a complete education.
Welcome back to Molesky Field. Orchard Lake St. Mary's wins this game 28-14 over Harper Woods. St. Mary's moves on to play next week here at home against Loyola for homecoming, and Harper Woods will take on Pontiac Notre Dame Prep on the road next week. My name's Chad Bush. Sam Stick Day with you from Molesky Field. Let's get to the scoring plays in this game, Stick. And after a momentum-changing stop for St. Mary's defense, the offense didn't waste much time going to work.
No, it was a short drive. I think only 4 or 5 plays. They were able to go about 95 yards and punch it into the end zone. Boyle with his first touchdown run, but here's what set up the entire drive. The first play after getting that big stop on 4th down, and he is booking it down the field.
86-yard run that got St. Mary's set up at the 10, and a couple plays later, after this near Boyle touchdown, they would cap off that drive, a drive that lasted 5 plays and 1:46. With a Jordan Cannon touchdown run, his first of the game and his 3rd of the year. And there you see it here.
Yeah, great run right up the middle. We saw a lot of touchdowns tonight where the running back wasn't touched. It was very strange.
Blowing holes open.
Yeah.
Sean Klaus's offensive line making people move there. The second big play of this game came on Harper Woods' side. They came back after St. Mary's led 7-0. They wanted to tie the game. They did it with this Christian Stokes 6-yard touchdown. It was an 8-play, 80-yard drive. It took 5 minutes and 24 seconds. 2-point conversion was good by Stokes as well. It was 14-8 at that point, and then this touchdown.
Yeah, this was just busted coverage, but great quarterback play, too. You could see his eyes turn to the safety away. He turned right, threw back left, and what a great touchdown for Brendan.
And then Harper Woods would burst through the line second half after the score at the break. St. Mary's up 21-8. Then Harper Woods Stokes with this long touchdown run. And Harper Woods was right back in business. They missed the 2-point conversion, but it was a 21-14 game at that point.
And then Cannon, once again, right up the middle. And it's funny. You could watch Stokes run and you can watch Cannon run, and they're almost identical instant replays.
Yeah, touchdown. And St. Mary's also. Their other scorer was Ben Meath in the touchdown reception. That was a fine play.
Yeah.
29-yard touchdown pass. And St. Mary's would win 28-14. Let's look at the numbers real quickly before we get out of here. St. Mary's 355 yards for Harper Woods. Outgained the Eaglets, who had 294 yards. But running the football, controlling the clock, St. Mary's 34 rushes, 208 yards, Stick. That really was the big point of this game. And they were able to throw it around at times, 86 yards through the air.
Yeah, both teams had well-balanced offenses tonight. And when we came in, I was expecting St. Mary's to just run. But they really opened up the passing game tonight, which was fun to watch. And then, Harper Woods, we expected them to pass. Well, they had a lot of draws that busted for big plays.
They did. St. Mary's was led on the ground by Aiden Boyle. He had 11 rushes for 118 yards and the touchdown. And Harper Woods on their side. How about Willie Deal, 84 yards on 4 catches, and Patterson led the way with 5 catches. How about the job St. Mary's did? Taishan Trent, we got him for just 2 catches for 20 yards in this game. They really did a fine job of keeping number 15 in contain mode.
Yeah, on offense. On defense, he had some big plays, and like I said, he was frustrated a little bit there in the first half, but it was fun to watch him play. You can tell why he's being as highly recruited as he is.
So that'll do it for our Week 3 coverage from Molesky Field and Orchard Lake St. Mary's. Thanks so much for watching our Week 3 Friday Night Clash. My name is Chad Bush. For my partner, Sam Stick Day, and for Joey Namath on the sidelines, thank you all for watching, and watch us in Week 4. That's right, Chippewa Valley and Macomb, Dakota. Week 4, we're going to the east side, and we're ready to have some fun. Won't you come with us? Thanks so much for a great Week 3. Once again, your final score tonight From Orchard Lake, the Eaglets go to 3-0 by winning 28-14 over Harper Woods. Have a great night, everybody. So long.